Two. Mic check. Y'all can hear me? Mic check.
Set it on fire, 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 fire.
OCO, freethinkers.
It's up.
It's go time, Slim.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Keep spamming emojis and flattening the chat. Turn up. Keep spamming emojis and flattening the chat. Hey. Well, I hope this one gonna work.
Set it on fire.
OCO, y'all, I hope y'all doing well. Wait, stop. Let's just hit outside for a second. I should do a whole stream just like this. And as our ancestors were walking through the trees, the wolves decided to stand with us. The bears decided to stand with us. The birds decided to stand with us. The turtles decided to stand with us. The rabbits and any other animal that you could think of that live in the woods and depend on nature stood with us. And as we walked towards the lake, let me stop. I'm just playing. All right, come on. Cause let me see something. Let me switch it up real quick.
Set it on fire. Fire.
Well, today is what's today, y'all? Saturday. What day we on? I forgot what day we on. It's Friday. Now, y'all just don't know what I had to go through yesterday. But as I was supposed to live stream yesterday. If it ain't one thing, it's another, right? But we good though. Nah, so a thunderstorm had came through, right? And when the thunderstorm came through, it took my compressor. It took my $1,500 compressor. And you know I got analog gear. I am pissed. So now that gotta go in the shop. And I got everything on conditioners too. Like this is a whole studio in front of me. But I know some of y'all don't know that, but I'm on analog gear. But yep. So I had to redo this whole audio. And what it sound like right now? Be honest with me. Matter of fact, I don't trust chat. Let me pull up my phone. Cause y'all messing. Hey, it sound good, Dane. It sound good. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Go ahead and get this. Hold on. Let me make sure. Nah, I trust some of y'all. Some of y'all are trustworthy. Some of y'all are. Let me hear what this sound like. Hold on. Wait a minute. They didn't hit me with a commercial. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that commercial went away. Let me hear what I sound like. That don't sound crispy. That don't sound crispy. Y'all just don't understand. It took a long time to get it to sound like that. Damn, that thing sound crispy. Woo. But yeah, man, that was at least another 6. Let me stop. I was about to do it. I ain't gonna do it. But it took a while to get everything back to where it's supposed to be without my Bluey, man. Yeah, and y'all said today is Friday. We're gonna have some fun tonight though. I'm gonna keep it educational, of course. There's some things I want to go over. A lot of the stuff that I, went over in the past, a lot of people are asking me about it now again, which is fine. I knew that was going to happen. I mean, but with me being on YouTube for 10 years now, last month made it 10 years. I still, I knew there was a lot more work that still needed to be done. Like, for example, I want to do some things where we're in the forefront of the conversation. I'm going to try my best to get that done. And that can't be done sitting right here at my desk. So I got to make some moves to make that happen. And that's my promise to myself and for my people. I want to make sure that the message gets across. And I've been trying throughout all of these years for this message to get across on a larger scale. We didn't got, the ones that they call celebrities to even speak up. I mean, we didn't got the athletes to speak up. We didn't got the rappers to speak up. We got the newscasters to speak up. We didn't got the actors to speak up. We didn't got singers to speak up. We didn't got politicians to speak up. We didn't got teachers, professors, anthropologists, scientists in different forms. We teach, or did I say teachers? I'm pretty sure I said teachers. I mean, we didn't got firefighters. We didn't got police officers. We got military soldiers. Everybody done spoke up. People in the Middle East, people in Europe, people in the UK, people in South America, people in Central America, people in Australia. Well, I mean, y'all should remember the ones in Australia. I even posted them on my channel once I was informed that one of the top people in Australia, as far as the researcher is concerned, showed me a lot of love, and I appreciated that. Yeah, that was big love right there. So it's over these years, over the, my 10-year report card is great. I'm doing what I was set out to do. Still doing it to this day. I didn't make no promises of no school. I didn't make no promises of no, I know, oh, we gonna go here, we gonna go there. I didn't do any of that. But, in other words, this wasn't, what everybody else thought it was going to be. Some people out there thought this was going to be like a money grab and they could grift off of this. And some people, like, they want to quit because they're not making money from it. And I told them years ago, I said, don't come up in this thing expecting to make money. But Dane, how can you say that when you made money? The money came to me. I didn't ask for money. I didn't come in here asking for money. That was my ancestors telling me, okay, Dane, quit your job. This is what I was destined to do. This is not, see, and that's another difference between me and other people. That's another difference. I'm not them. The reason why is because I was told to do this by my ancestors. I'm being obedient. I'm listening to what my ancestors said. They told me to speak the term Niji back then, 10, 11 years ago, when I had no clue what the term Niji was. I was just being obedient. I was utilizing it correctly too, in a sentence, because that's what I requested. Okay, if you want me to utilize this term, all right, so show me how to use it. Man, they showed me more than just how to use that. All of that writing that I put out, as far as in documentary format and in books, by the way, a lot of that came through the ancestors, even during the live streams. Like when I receive downloads, I hop right on it. And they know I don't play no games. And still to this very day, I hear people regurgitating the same information I put out years ago, which is a good thing. I used to look at that as a bad thing. I used to. When I wasn't used to Instagram and TikTok doing what it's doing now, I was like, what the hell? Like, people would make pretending like they did some research. I was like, nah, but I had to look into it a little bit more. And what it was people were sharing what they learned. They were providing their testimonies on camera. And I had to grow into that. Like, damn, I didn't know that that's where we heading now. Because people like to put their business out there anyway, But I never looked at it like, yeah, and this is a part of their business. You know what I'm saying? To state, hey, we're indigenous to this landmass. And, this is what I did with my family. Or this is what I learned by way of, content that I watched on YouTube. And the majority of it, they got that from me. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I was like, okay, let me take it for what it is. Versus me looking at it like somebody trying to copycat. Because I was like, come on, bro. And you doing it wrong? Like, come on, you don't embarrass our people. And then I thought about it, like, well, that's not the angle they coming. Nah, Dane, listen to them again. They saying this from their heart now. You didn't change their life, Dane. Look, I had to talk to myself like that. Like, you didn't change their life, Dane. Listen to them. But, yeah, man, I listen to him, man. It's, oh my goodness, it's so many. And I'm going to try to get through some of those videos today too. But I endless every day, every single day. This part right here, I never thought I would see until I was well into my 50s and 60s. I never thought I was going to be able to see this part, this fast. Like, again, it's only been 10 years. And I thought that was a long time, too. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was a long time. And I was putting out concrete evidence. And people, I'm talking about, not one time did you see somebody debunk me. Not once. They claim that they did, right? They claim that they did verbally, but not one time did you see any evidence. It was just a lot of people running their mouth. And that's how you know. I was telling it, I kicked their butt. I kicked their butt so good that they literally had 3 to 4 campaigns to try to stop me. They suppressed my reach. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to stop the growth of the channel. They were unsubscribing people from the channel. It was people missing comments. It was people missing the subscribe. Okay, they were like, Dane, I'm not even getting notifications from you. And so when I went to go search for your channel, I was noticed I'm unsubscribed for your channel. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm talking about, listen, man, it's a lot of, and I'm just glad now that I'm seeing people coming out, stating their testimonies now. And it's encouraging others to do it as well. They don't want to latch on to another term that was just created. They want to seek and go find the truth for themselves about their individual family. So I got my coffee tonight. Shout out to my wife. Got my coffee tonight. And hold on, I just realized something. I just realized that I skipped the shout outs by mistake. I won't ever let that happen again. And I apologize, y'all. I don't know what happened. This time around, I just went straight in. And I apologize. Usually I go straight to the comments. I think what it was I wanted to show y'all that I'm on camera. And I never returned to the shout out screen. That's what it was. And then got knee deep. Listen, I got y'all on the shout outs throughout this live stream. You can still shout out where you from. I'm going to shout it out if I see it. Okay. Oh, let me test something real quick because I did make some adjustments. However, Karma is in the building. Fire. And I appreciate you too, brother. You and your husband. I appreciate y'all both. Man, y'all doing y'all thing, man. That's beautiful. That reach, that's nasty. He ain't had to do that. Came through that thing swinging and connecting. See, and that's another thing I didn't get a chance to do. I didn't get, throughout these years, I didn't get a chance to sit back and look at a content creator where I could appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? It was only a few handful, you know what I'm saying, at first. It still is, but we gotta include them in it. Got to include them in it as far as content creation and telling the truth. As far as research is concerned, putting it together and putting it out where people could learn. There's only a few of us doing that. And however, Karma is definitely one of them. No matter who may disagree. That's Dane Calloway talking. I'm only speaking for myself. But I know a lot of people think I speak for them as well. And if you feel as though, I speak for you, then I'm telling you right now, he's with us. He's with us. He doing his thing. And it's making a major impact. Little Rock, Arkansas in the building. Sacramento in the building. Ooh, is that rain? Ooh, it's raining. Uh-oh. Ooh, it's raining real bad. Y'all may be, I got the gate on. I would have to open up the gate, then y'all gonna hear my loud ass computer. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. That computer's so goddamn loud. And when I start doing a whole bunch of effects and stuff like that, start getting real loud. I ain't gonna do it to y'all. Oh, but this what I wanted to check real quick, y'all. Check. Okay, look, I'm about to put the music in, but I'm about to have it ducked down. Just let me know that it's ducked down, nothing else. Just let me know that I'm about to put it in right now. I just want to make sure it's ducked. It sound good, but it's ducked down way in the back, way below my voice. Woo, it is raining. Hold on. I can hear that. Hey, hold up a second. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, it's a flood watch until 1 a.m. Well, and it's 93 degrees. Look, the weather this is Texas weather. 93 degrees, and it's raining cats and dogs. You remember how the old saying go? I ain't that old. I'm just borrowing it from, you know what I'm saying, the elders of the family. When they say it's raining cats and dogs, y'all know about that one? You got to be at least 65 years old and up to say raining cats and dogs, right? Nah. I'm 40. I remember my mother and them saying, you know what I'm saying? Raining cats and dogs. Press 13 if you remember raining cats and dogs. That's what it sounded like outside. Oh, but hold on, let me go back to it. So, what this sound like? The music is playing right now. Is this what was my question? Damn, I forgot what my question was. Oh, is it ducked down enough? Just say yes for that one. I see a lot of 13s. Just say yes for that one so we won't make it confusing. It's ducked down. It's good. Shout out to M16. M16 on the beats.
Fire.
All right, so music is good. All right, so when I stop that music, right? And you know, everybody make sure they hit that like button, right? After everybody hit the like button, right? And I play music again, this music, that's a little louder though. But I'm ducking it down every time I talk, right? That's what's going on? Wait till the bass line come back in. Right? Every time I talk, it's duck it down as I talk, right? Yes? I bet. We in the building. Man, I was up in here sweating bullets trying to get this together. I was in the kitchen cooking. All right. So, hold up. Let me get this started. Oh, what y'all think about, I forgot. Let me show y'all. What y'all think about this thumbnail? What y'all think? Ain't that fire? Ooh, that thumbnail. And y'all know that's why I showed y'all the real pic I got it from. Right there in the red circle. Remember how I did the most recent thumbnails? Every single thumbnail recently, what I do is kind of utilize AI to make a modern version of the statues. Bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, they on point with it. They on point with it. That thing fire. Man, I wish I would live out there like that. The gold on the table, smoking, chilling, outside, sun beaming. Out there on the balcony. You know what I'm saying? Nah, America. I mean, well, if you count Mexico as a part of America, then yeah. If you're looking at it that way. Because, I mean, Mexico will be Central America. But the Americas, this was all over. Yep. We're going to get into that tonight. Let me pull this up. So, we can get this thing started. Now, I don't know how long we're going to be, but I'm going to pick back up on last live stream's topic probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Sunday. As a matter of fact, let me say Sunday. So after tonight's live stream, I'll go again live Sunday. Yeah, I'll do it that way. That's what I'm going to do. All right, here you go. So I got it pulled up. Is it going to pull up right here?
However,
okay. All right, so we got to make sure we do an audio test really quick. I just got to make sure that you guys can hear this. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
I think one of the things that you're saying, which makes it complicated for, the immigrant, is that we also don't have the cultural memory and history. Mm-hmm. And so...
Y'all can hear that, right? Type 13 if y'all can hear that. And then we're going to be good to go. So a lot of yeses, 13s. Okay, we good. All right, so let's start from the top. Let's make it happen.
I think one of the things that you're saying, which makes it complicated for, the immigrant, is that we also don't have the cultural memory and history. Mm-hmm. And so there are ways in which then, in as much as I would like to identify as black, my own son was quick to remind me not that long ago. It's like, no, Dad, you're African, you're not black. And I'm like, so what does that mean exactly? When people are looking at me, it's not like they see me as African. Mm-hmm. They see me as, racialized as black. And so I think over time for me.
So y'all heard that. So his son got on him for the usage of the term black when he knows that he's African. Interesting. Dad, don't use the term black. You're African.
Set it on fire. Fire. Fire.
Speaking of delineation. And that was his son correcting him. Interesting. His son must know something or must have learned something. He learned that there was a difference. We're not the same. We're not the same people at all. We might share particular similarities, but that does not mean that we are the same people. You got to know it.
That category has become more political than anything. That I am politically black because of my alignment with what it means to be black, not just of the US, but of the world. I have what I would consider home, Kenya. And
Kenya is his home. Y'all heard that, right?
With what it means to be black, not just of the US, but of the world. I have what I would consider home, Kenya. And
he don't look like one of us neither. As far as the stereotypical phenotype is concerned. He doesn't look like one of us. They're not us.
Where I am not racial.
Like, she don't look like one of us. She don't look like our people at all. Like, our women don't look like that. Straight up. We could immediately look at her and say, nah, she not from here.
As a black in Kenya.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And that.
Okay, hold on. What did he say?
I have what I would consider home, Kenya, and where I am not racialized as a black in Kenya, and that yes, if I am choosing to remain in the United States, if I am choosing to be here at this moment, that yes, that I am black. At the same time, I am also considered African.
Oh, since he's choosing to live in America, then yes, he's black. Let me hear that one more time.
What I would consider home, Kenya, and where I am not racialized as a black in Kenya, and that yes, if I am choosing to remain in the United States, if I am choosing to be here at this moment, that yes, that I am black.
Wow. Any questions? That's it for tonight's lesson. I really do appreciate you all coming out to enjoy the live stream. That's it for tonight. Hit that like. We can end it right there. The argument ends right. Hold on, let me calm down. Wait. We just started the live stream. Let me calm my ass down. We could end the argument right there. It's no debating. He just told you he act like a black American because he's in America. He's racially categorized by way of his imagination as black when he's in America. But he's not racially categorized at all in his home country of Kenya. Now, if you can't get that through your thick ass skull, no matter if you little head, big head with it, you still got a thick ass skull. Huh? Think I'm lying? All the pretty girls got big foreheads. If you can't get it through your thick ass skull, ladies, don't get mad at me. You know it's true, ladies. You know it's true. Every pretty girl, fat forehead. Anyway, so nah, mine's small. It don't matter. Little head, big head. Let me stop. I'ma stop. Let me stop. All right. Let me stop. They can't deny it though. They can't deny. Forehead. It never fails. It never fails. Think about, okay, okay, I'm not going, let me go there for a quick second, just a quick second. We got all night. Think about all the pretty women in your round that you think are pretty. Think about it, fellas. Name one that don't got no fat forehead. Every single one. Big forehead. Every single one. And they get mad when you say something about it. Remember when the girls used to wear this thing called bangs that hang in the front? Like that was gonna cover up their forehead? The bangs made it worse. The bangs made it look like a window curtain. The bangs made it look like a window curtain. All right, anyway, so let's go back. All right. So he from Africa, right? Live in America. He said he's only going to associate with the term black because he's in America. That doesn't mean he's one of us, though. That's clear.
I am also considered African. So I was never African until I came to the US because telling people
he was never he was never African until he came to the US. What?
I'm from Kenya.
Go back.
At the same time, I am also considered African. So I was never African until I came to the US because telling people, oh, I'm from Kenya. They're like, what? You know, yes. So so I'm also African.
Whoa! So not only is he not African until he comes to America, he's not black either until he comes to America. Woo! Let that sink in. Let me get quiet. Take this part seriously. He said he's only black when he comes to America, and he's only African when he comes to America.
But at the core, I guess, of I'm from Kenya. They're like, what? Yes. So so I'm also African. But at the core, I guess, of maybe my, and I know we have intersectional thinking and all of that. At the core, I think for me is that I am a Gikuyu man. That's my ethnic group.
See how he lines himself with this ethnic group?
Ethnicity and gender, are primary to how we identify in Kenya, and so.
See, and shouldn't we be identifying as that as well? Keep in mind, they tried to claim that African American is an ethnic group, and it shouldn't be. That was somebody else soliciting their way of thinking or their narrative on us. We didn't agree to that. We did not have a conventional conference meeting where leaders that represent our tribes got together and said, hey, we're now going to affirm that we, from this day forward, will identify each other as an African American or black, by the way. This is another reason why I say we have to stop utilizing these terms. Black and African American are both not only social constructs, but they are weapons of mass destruction, because that is causing all the confusion within our communities. All of it. The entire thing. Like, if you really think about it, if we really wanted to get something done, why are we including foreigners to get something done? Okay, what I mean by that is to get something done for us. If we wanted to get something done for us by way, let's say, for example, reparations, we wanted reparations. Every time we say Black Americans are owed reparations, we're including these people. Inadvertently, we are including those people. And there is no making some distinction now. It's too late. It's been going on since the 1960s. They are the new Negro. And so are people of South America, by the way. All of them were boxed in to be the new us. And it really, even though the new Negro movement and the Harlem Renaissance came before the 1960s, but it took a drastic turn, or it was turned all the way up volume-wise in the 1960s. So in other words, it was there before the 1960s, but it escalated in the 1960s. There was a movement behind it politically. There was a political movement behind it to make that the political or the social construct. That's why they call it political correctness. That was politically driven. That wasn't by our people, though. And if okay, not to say that it didn't involve our people. It did involve some of our people. These are the people that worked against us, that share the same skin complexions as you and I. But this is also why when you start taking a look at organizations that was that came by way of, let's just say, for example, some type of conference or Congress, some political structure that was cultivated in order to so-called represent Black Americans, i.e. the Black Caucus or the Congressional Black Caucus and the NAACP. Let's just take both of them. I need you to take a look at how many foreigners are involved in these so-called decision-making positions, law-making positions, policy-creating positions, and didn't ask us a goddamn thing. The only thing they asked us for was for our vote. They are complete salesmen and women in suits begging for your donations. That sound like a pastor, that ain't for his people. There's some great pastors out there. I don't go for all of them. But I'm just saying, see how their job is very similar. And they call that talking politics. Look, same thing with the street narrative, the so-called street narrative. Something is going on back at whatever jail that, they were in. They call that politics. Talking, debating amongst their peers, though. Amongst their peers. See, that's the part that's important. Amongst their peers. So were we ever amongst our peers when the decision was made to say, okay, now they're called Black Americans. No. We're called Black Americans. Where were we? Yes, I agree. This should be a legal case. This should be a civil lawsuit. I'm not trying to say too much, but I know some people that are already getting this done. Some people have already reached out to me to borrow some of my research in order to get that stuff done. You're going to start seeing those people if you haven't already. But yeah, there are some people that are trying to get steps like that done. But that doesn't mean that we should just depend on this group or that group as an example and say, all right, y'all, that's enough. No, all of us need to be hitting them at one time. And I also informed them, don't forget that this government has always been working against us. So don't think for 1 second that they're going to do anything that will rule in your favor, especially when you already misrepresented yourself as something unforeseen when it comes to your status in this government. You blacked yourself out. Oh, you're begging them to write you back in? Look. The disconnect with certain people is because some people out there don't have no idea that there was an agenda that was carried out by way of these social constructs like African American and Black. This is the reason why some of you may feel like it's confusing to hear this African man, for example, state that he's only African and Black when he comes to America. You'll be like, what? So when he go to Kenya, he not African and he not Black? And he just told you no. And he just told you no. And then he tell you what they do. Well, listen.
But at the core, I guess, of maybe my, and I know we have intersectional thinking and all of that. At the core, I think for me is that I am a Gikuyu man. That's my ethnic group. So because ethnicity and gender, are primary to how we identify in Kenya, and so part of the my upbringing, the lessons that I have, the ways in which I see the world, the ways in which I parent, the ways in which I just function, are rooted in being this Gikuyu man. And so, yeah.
So he's a Gikuyan man. He's not an African. He's a Gikuyan man. That's how he pronounced it. Gikuyan. It could be Kikuyan, but it sounds like he's saying Gikuyan. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. I'm not trying to do it with any malicious intent. So he's from Kenya. He's not an African. He's not Black. That is very important to point out. And I hope some of you out there will clip that part up, and show the people elsewhere. That part right there, that's very important. He admitted that he's not one of us and not associated nor affiliated with the terms that they gave us. That who is they? The government. Goes back to my point. So hopefully this gives you at least some understanding. Hopefully. And I'll do more segments on this, of course. I always, do. And I have documentary style segments out on this. and you'll see that on the channel. And I'll cover it. I believe tonight I'm going to be covering one of them. So, and if it's not necessarily on this topic, then I'll make sure that that's coming up in a more recent live stream here coming. I'll make sure of that. I don't want any confusion. I want people to learn.
Identify in Kenya, and so part of the my upbringing, the lessons that I have, the ways in which I see the world, the ways in which I parent, the ways in which I just function, are rooted in being this Gikuyu man. And so, yeah.
Yeah, what's going on, family? It's your man B Miles coming to you live once again.
Shout out to B Miles.
B Miles 84 Council.
Shout out to Baltimore.
I actually want to come to your
what up, B?
Video, man, talking about how the Democratic Party has been using immigrants to destiny swap and pretty much replace Black Americans. But now that the jig is up, they crashing out. The reason why I'm coming to y'all with this video, man, is because what the Democratic Party has been doing, right, for over the last 60 years, ever since the 1965 Immigration and Nationality Act, and even also the Voting Rights Act came into fruition, right? The Democratic Party literally has been using us and abusing us, and we've been in a narcissistic relationship with the Democratic Party for over 60 years. And what they've been doing, they've been using immigrants to destiny swap with us, because see, the whole entire time while we was
what I just got finished saying. Didn't I just get finished saying this exact same thing? But see, B no, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad that B in his own way is distributing that message to get that message across. A lot more of our people need to understand what happened and how it was politically driven. Okay. No matter if it was Democrat, no Republican, but definitely Democrats. I always told y'all that it was definitely Democrats. For example, look at the Congressional Black Caucus. Man, I could go down the list of these organizations and assimilations and groups, bodies of people who got together and worked against us. Because they were over here seeking the American dream that they were promised from this government to replace us. Whoa, those niggas look alike. Go ahead and put them together. Melville Herskovic said the same thing. He said that Melville Herskovic came out in his own book amplifying that we must be African just because we look similar. Don't work like that.
Up there voting for real, literally, voted with these democratic policies. The whole entire time they were literally bringing in immigrants, and they were giving them all of our benefits that were literally supposed to come to us after the civil rights movement. So
that's true.
All the while, it was like all the while we going with the Democratic Party and we voted for these policies, but it's like that was when they wound up, literally switching. It was supposed to go to quote unquote, Black Americans, but that was when they changed it to minorities and people of color, and that was when all of those immigrants that they started to put over here from like the Caribbean, Africa, all of those other places from like just all over the world.
What I just say? I'm glad. So glad that this is happening. This is what we needed. Our people needed this. Not just reparations. Our people needed clarity. Our people needed transparency. Give me a second. Our people needed clarity. Our people needed transparency. Our people needed healing. Our people needed to know the truth. Because we were indoctrinated the most. We were the ones that got hit with their attacks to suppress our reach. Our reach from what, Dane? Reaching our goal. Or goals, plural. We shouldn't have allowed a foreigner to become a dictator on a territory that they're foreign to. How about we start there? We already know who public enemy number one is. Because they still, to this very day, 2026, have not been held accountable for their actions. What they did to our ancestors, they have not received their ass beating. They need to be stretched across some legs, belt pulled off, or switched, grabbed from a tree, and whooped to the white meat show. They deserve to kiss the ground that they're walking on. The things that they thought they got away with is the main reason now they're trying to suppress the reach of people like me, because we're speaking the truth. People like B. Miles, because we speaking the truth. And they know that we speaking the truth. They know that we are. They know that we're reaching our people. But the majority of these platforms out there are about arts and entertainment, because that's what our people are mainly subscribed to, because we're the masters of the arts and entertainment. And, you know, I'm not an entertainer. I'm in the arts. I can entertain. I heard somebody, y'all remember, what's his name? Charleston White. Charleston White said, I heard something like this, I'm paraphrasing, where he was just normally acting like himself and his people didn't want to hear him. But as soon as he started acting an ass, his people started listening to him. So he'll act a damn fool to get our people's attention, to tell them the truth. And that's unfortunate that has to happen that way. Now, I'm going to be real here. I don't go listen to him. I don't know what truth he has been, stating out there on different platforms. I don't know that. But I heard him say that. He said that he was basically a totally different person before he turned into the Charleston White that you see now. He had to act he had to act up. He had to show his ass in order to get our people's attention. I believe I don't have to do that. I don't have to that's stooting low, to be honest with you. That's bringing yourself down to somebody that you're not in order to seek attention. I understand that that's an agenda or propaganda by way of yourself or by whoever's puppeteering you. But I don't have strings attached to my body. Okay? This is not AI. I can't be programmed. I won't stoop down that low just to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth and nothing but it. Even if it's out of my constructive budget. And I know them sinners mad because I'm winning bad. Get a pen and pad. You going to like to love it. I'm a copper-colored individual. descendant of the Aboriginals. All right, let's go.
World, they started to bring in these minorities, and what they was doing was they was giving them all of our benefits. So while we was over here literally, you know what I'm saying, suffering, they was giving these immigrants literally, you know what I'm saying, pretty much a one-up on us the whole entire time. And see, literally they was going around here propping up these fake black leaders, all of these people in blackface, and the whole entire time we were being replaced. Yes, they use these bought and paid for, sold out black leaders that are over here for real, from the Congressional Black Caucus, the NAACP, the SPLC, and what they've been doing, they literally have been replacing them with immigrants, and that was when they started to bring up all of these immigrants into the positions, all up in the government, all
talk to the beat.
Pretty much, man, you know what I'm saying, bringing them up in all of these positions, all of these organizations, and what they've been doing is all of those things that were supposed to be going to us, they started to give it to them. They give it to Latinos, they give it to Caribbeans, they give it to Africans, they give it to Chinese, they give it to Arabs, they give it to everybody that came over as an immigrant. They literally gave them all of these benefits and literally told them, you know what I mean, to literally have these talking points. And so the whole entire time we literally thinking that these people came over here, you know what I'm saying, with like no money in their pocket, a couple dollars in their pocket, and these people just literally just came over here and just worked their way up, worked so hard, and they put in our face, we work harder than you, or we've been here a couple of years, you've been here longer than us. But guess what?
That's true. They would do that. And we seen that. They do that online consistently. They try to brag like they did something. Like they didn't have help. But yet they telling black people they ought to lift themselves by their own bootstraps. End quote. Comedian D. Howard, I appreciate that. Thank you. Marie, thank you. I appreciate that. You said a conversation could rule a nation. Yep. And who's their daddy? I appreciate that. You said they love cosplaying as us. I agree. Damn, that's thunder right there. Y'all heard that? They said it's supposed to be it's a flash flood warning out here till like 1. Yeah, so y'all may be hearing some, you know, some stuff. So, damn, y'all hear that, right? I hope it didn't come through the mic. That thing, when they say everything big in Texas, didn't I tell y'all before, so is the weather? Or so is the weather? Like, it ain't just your regular T-storm out here. It be T-storm out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? You be like, oh, it's just a little rain. With a whole bunch of rain coming. But nah, man. All right, here we go.
Just worked their way up, worked so hard, and they put in our face, we work harder than you, or we've been here a couple of years, you've been here longer than us. But guess what?
Right.
Giving them away all of our benefits. See, now that we finally see what they've been doing, they've been running the con game on us pretty much for the last 60 years. They've been propping up all of these boule ass leaders. They've been propping up all of these, you know what I mean, pretty much all of these Prince Hall, boule, Eastern Star ass Negroes, and they've been using them to replace us the whole entire time. They've been using the immigrant class as a buffer class to literally replace us. They
called it the new Negro movement.
They're playing both sides. And here's the thing. And see, here's the thing: the Boule, the Black Masons, they work with the white ones, and guess what? They work in tandem together to do what? Keep it suppressed. But guess what? They use the immigrant class as the buffer class to say, well, look at them. They came over here with a little bit of money in their pocket. Look at them. They successful. But see, now that we figure out that they've been giving them all these benefits, just giving the money away, especially when it came down to all of these immigrants coming across the border up under the Biden administration,
man,
started to expose them. If you notice, the Democratic Party has been crashing out because now we have awakened that they have been using the immigrants as a con game to swap and replace us the whole entire time. They had us thinking about all of this people of color, minorities, black and brown coalition, all of this bullshit and nonsense. And see, now that we have awakened to that game, we're not going to support it. We're not going to be voted for these leaders. We're not going to be voted against our own best interests. We're not just going to vote blindly. We're not cooking. Protesting for these damn illegals. We're not going to be helping all the rest of these immigrants out here who want to be coming against us. Now they want to be mad. The Democratic Party and all the immigrants want to be mad, but it's like, look, it's game over. Y'all don't work as hard as us. I'm not saying immigrants don't work hard, but guess what? We've been surviving without the most help. So what does that tell you? So guess what?
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
I'm not saying immigrants don't work hard, but guess what? We've been surviving without the most help.
Woo!
Fire.
That's the truth.
So what does that tell you? So guess what? And here's another thing. If you notice, the minute Trump started to cut their benefits, all of the immigrants started to go out of their mind. It's because they was giving it all the benefits to them. They've been destiny swapping with us the whole
all the way down to welfare. Remember, we had that live stream on welfare, and it was people coming up. One lady she went in. It was a lady and a man. They went in exposing the welfare game and how the majority of those immigrants were receiving thousands of dollars, and our people was getting little to nothing, and they got a welfare cut. It was oh my goodness. Yeah, their Social Security. No, and they what is it called? Their food stamps. The food stamps. That too. They were getting an arm and a leg in food stamps. They still are. They still are. You don't never see them complaining. But we always see our people pissed that they doing some petty stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The cash too. Yeah, the SNAP benefits. Yeah, EBT. Yeah, y'all saying it. That's right, chat. Yeah, TANF. Let me clap it up for chat. That's right. And this is what I told you. Look, you know what I told you, right? I said, now, if they could do that to the SNAP benefits and the EBTs and all the rest of that, just imagine what they're doing to you on your paycheck. I dare you to compare your paycheck with your other coworkers who do not share the same skin complexion as you and I. I dare you. You're going to expose how hard you are taxed more so than anybody else. Locally, federal, they going to hit so-called black people the hardest. Look, same thing with credit. They redlined all of our communities. In that red line, these people won't ever be considered for a house loan, student loan, car loan, personal loan, business loan. That's done on purpose. And the Black Caucus and the NAACP been in there for over a century. They been in there for the longest, and they ain't do nothing for our people where it counts. But yet it was campaigns out there saying buy black, buy black, but we actually have to have an infrastructure set. Then we could buy back. I always said it wasn't about buying black. The reason why is because as soon as you say that, you're buying blind. You're already doing that. You won't ever listen to how deep that is. Somebody caught that. I know somebody caught that. You buying black right now. Is that dollar still circulating in our so-called black community? No. No. That business got to pay their taxes to who? Is that black owned? I'm going to stop right there. That bank they putting that money in, is that black owned? I lied and said I was going to stop there. I'm going to keep going. Is that bank black owned? Is that lender black owned? That lended them that business loan? Talk to me. Anything that was provided inside of that business. All of those things were created by a company where they black owned. So buying black solves nothing. That doesn't solve the issue. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. I've been saying this for the longest, like, stop that stupidity. We just gonna use a Black Tuesday to buy black. You're not helping nothing. But no, Dane, that's wrong. We helping our people by giving them our money. How about you help our people by giving your money to our people, not just by business, but by infrastructure? How can you ever be in business without structure? How can you ever stay afloat for centuries without legacy? How can you build an empire without trust? And this is the perfect segue. You know what I'm about to do. Go get my book. My new book is here, The Quiet Blueprint of Wealth. It's a masterclass that teaches exactly what the title implies. Grab your physical copies on Amazon Prime or anywhere else books are sold, or download the ebook version exclusively at DaneMakeYouThink.com. I got a whole class in that book. Whole class. I could take an entire live stream to brag about the things I've accomplished in life, but I'm not the bragging type. Because it's not about wearing the flashy jewelry, having the flashiest cars. It's not about that. It's about having infrastructure. It's about having or building a legacy. Not just for you, it's for generations of your family that's coming up. I understand that you should live your life selfishly, the way you want to live your life. But if you're building for the future, is that just you? Now, the selfishness could stop. You could start looking out for your family members if you start doing it the correct way. And guess what? Our people was never taught that. They're not teaching that in school. They are not teaching that in our schools. I'm talking about before we get to college, we should be knowing about this stuff. We should be learning about credit, business credit, how to establish a business, why business is important, the best business practices to stay in business, marketing, right? And everything else, though. How to create a farm, how to maintain a farm, how to hire the right people, how to grow crops, How to maintain a farm all year round. How to buy land. How to make sure the government can't touch that land and take it from you ever again. That's inside of my book. The same book I just played. The Quiet Blueprint of Wealth. The title of the book is exactly what it's about. If I tell you how many pages it is, it might scare you. But I need you to read. That's why they keep trying to push AI in front of you, because they don't. They want AI to read for you. They want AI to be the read for you, to be the guide for you. They don't want you looking for the information no more. They want AI to provide it to you now, so they can spin their own narrative on it. Put their own tango or tangy sauce on it. And this is wrong. That our people don't know what to do. All right, after you find out that your family are indigenous to this land, Dane, what do we do to protect ourselves, to protect our assets, to protect our land, to go to that next step? That's in that book. I've been teaching about this on my channel, but now I'm talking about a master class is in that book. I didn't miss a thing. You will know what to do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. None. It's not your regular book. That's a full-fledged masterclass instructional guide on how to get it done the right way. And I'm not telling you to go rob a bank or we got to fill out this paperwork. You know, we got to send all some paperwork and send it to the government and hope that the government send it back to us. Oh, no, before we do that, we got to go to the... Nah. Nope. Not with my name on it. When it got my name on it, that's a stamp of approval. I worked about 1.5 years on that book. That book is not to be taken lightly. And yeah, I'm the only one that promote my book, so I'm going to promote my book. It's a reason why I'm promoting it, because you need it. It don't matter. You don't have to be a millionaire. You'll mess around and make yourself one. Just by doing it correctly. Once you see what these folks did was fraudulent, this government, you're going to be like, I don't want them involved in my stuff no more. Here, Nick, take your social security number. Trading me as stock, bond numbers and shit. Take that. Here. In fact, I'm going to replace that number. Since you don't want to take it, I'm going to replace it with something. It's going to be an entity and no longer a person. But it's still going to be represented as a person. That entity is represented as a person, but it's a business. That entity is represented as a person, but it's a business. But it's a business. This government is a business. It's a corporation. But where you think they learned this shit from? They didn't get that in Europe. They didn't get that from, look, peep game. They didn't get that from Europe. They learned that here. Why you think they were so concerned about coming over here? Because we had it together. We had it set. We had franchises. We had federations and confederations. Confederations. We had it set, and they copied us. I told you about this. Now, I'm gonna make sure there's over 600 videos, but I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna go over even my older ones too. During a live stream with me on camera, we breaking this shit the hell down. We breaking it down. Even if you got some of y'all going to roll up some weed, some of y'all going to, whatever you got to do to get comfortable, to learn more, whatever it is, just as long as you're not in the bedroom, too relaxed. I don't want you to be listening to me when you doing that. Like that, like, you know, I'll holler at you later. You know what I'm saying? Like you could, you know what I'm saying? Pick up the live stream the next day. You know what I'm saying? Handle your business, you know. Anyway, so let's go back.
Tiger time, keeping us under the spell that they are so hard working and better than us. But guess what? They can't survive without the damn government, because the government been giving them handouts since they've been over here. You feel me? So no more supporting that, no more handouts, no more none of that, because it's game over. No more none of that. It's done. And it's your man.
Man, B Miles, look, listen. I appreciate this. I really do. And I already know you know, but I really appreciate this. And yeah, I gotta be collabing with the brother. I'm definitely gonna be collabing with the brother for sure. Man, it's a couple collabs I got, you know, I got on my bucket list I gotta do, and he one of them for sure. What y'all think? Documentary style? What y'all think? I gotta holler at B. I'm sure he got a mic. I gotta see what type of equipment he got. But and I'm even thinking about putting together like a visual documentary as well, right? Collaborate with some creators, and like we go from scene to scene, and then get them on camera, like do a beautiful doc.
Set it
big
on fire.
for production.
Fire.
And the Ice Cube gonna call my phone. What, man? Hey, go ahead, man. Q? No, I'm good. You trying to buy it? You said Netflix. All right, let's keep it pushing.
B-Miles coming to you live once again from the B-Miles 84 Conscious channel. One love once again. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Peace.
The next question will be, if we
appreciate you, B.
really happen,
Yes.
how would they look like? Experts have floated figures as high as 24 trillion US dollars to account for centuries of unpaid labor and resource extraction, though no consensus exists.
Yes.
We also have the National African American Reparations Commission proposing this particular figure.
Yes.
These funds are dished out or disbursed. They could help maybe build Africa so that it could be a better place.
Yeah, but the problem.
They're talking about getting reparations from America to help build Africa. Am I hearing this correct? Wait, huh? Wait a minute. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. I'm baffled right now. I'm at a loss for words. Hold on.
There's no framework, of course, but there are hopes that it could potentially, come to fruition.
Yes.
Public opinion also remains very divided. There was a 2021 Pew survey that found only about 3 in 10 U.S. adults said descendants of enslaved people in the U.S. should receive repayment, in some form, such as land or money. So it's safe to say that Americans view the prospect of reparations mostly very, very negative. They don't see like something that should even happen.
Yeah, and if you go back.
Whoa! So Ghana actually believe that they're going to have some Africans over here who consider themselves as Black Americans. What was B. Miles just saying? The destiny swap? They're going to disguise themselves as Black Americans over here and fight for reparations, whether if it's through money. You heard her. Through money or land, to help build Africa. Type 13 if you like bullshit. Your ancestors ain't go through what ours went through. Type 13 in the chat.
Look at Martin Luther King, and it's online. The speech that he was going to do at his church, that the week that he died, you would have thought that was Malcolm X. Martin Luther King was sick of getting his ass beat on. He wanted to be about finances. He was talking about some of the things that were going on in the war that nobody dared to speak about. That was the reason why they killed that man. But the version of Martin Luther King that black people love.
That's halfway true. That's halfway true. The other half of that is the fact that Martin Luther King went against the government. Don't forget that. And I like this brother. This is what's his name? David Banner. I like David Banner. Nah, but like I said, that's partial true. But he also got rid of. He was also taken out because he went against the government. In fact, that is the reason why he was taken out. He was exposing what the government was doing for other people and not its own. At that time, he thought that we were a part of the government, like we were the people. I'm talking about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was led astray, and this is the reason why he came out and said that he led his people to a burning house, because he realized that, and if you watched the whole interview, he realized that what all the promises the government was making and all those politicians were only benefiting the foreigners and not our own people. So he tried to make, eventually he made a coalition to try to make all people come together. The Rainbow Coalition. All people come together to fight to have equal opportunity to benefit all for the welfare's back. All for the government's welfare. Let me say it that way. All for the government's welfare. And, by that time it was a little too late as far as Martin Luther King is concerned, but he did switch it around. Once he realized that the government was our enemy, that's when the target was placed on his back.
I don't think Martin Luther King liked him when he died. If they could separate themselves, he wouldn't like that dude.
But that's heavy.
But it's the truth.
But how
He told Harry Belafonte, I think I have integrated my people into a burning house.
Right.
That's basically telling Harry Belafonte everything that I built my life on is a lie.
Right.
He said that. David Banner didn't say that.
No, he did say that.
His kids, they would tell you that. It's just harsh to realize that we've been duped, bro. That's the hardest thing when it comes to food, history, bro. If it ain't mathematics or science, in most cases, these people done lied to us.
So they lying in mathematics and science. Mathematics is another form of science. If men lie and women lie, and so does numbers, because it's men and women that control the numbers. The science is full of theories, unproven. Okay? So you got a hypothesis that you have to see is going to work out in the near future. Science is bullshit as well. So yeah, you can't trust any of that. Yes, they are in control of the formulas. Yeah.
Hard to admit that we went down the wrong road, bro.
So I'm trying to separate because I'm trying to follow. And specifically to Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
The version that is in front of us, the propaganda that we see in schools and in Black History Months and the I Have a Dream and the monuments and how great Martin Luther King was and what he's
doing. Man, thank you for the 35 months.
That it's a lie.
What I am saying is,
faith is all we need. Thank you for the 28 months.
Boy, here go all them endorsements, Regina. Regina said, No, bro, like, integration was the worst thing that ever happened to Black people.
Set it on fire. 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 Fire.
I have been saying ever since I've been online that we messed up. I believe David Banner be watching my channel, because I know I was the only one saying that. For a fact. It wasn't nobody else saying that but me. I said that's where we made our mistake. Integration. Hey, David Banner, if you watching my channel, brother, you welcome to pop up on the channel, brother, at any time. We can have a great discussion. And I know, and I'm sure you know that YouTube, be acting up, but we can still have a discussion. It may not have to, it could be live, but it may have to be edited, depending on how far we take it. But you know what I'm saying? Because YouTube, the way I look at YouTube is that they preschool toys. So they got an age limit to what they can hear. They got them virgin ears. They hear something, they don't like, ow, ow, and it hurt their ear. We can have a discussion, that the people will enjoy.
Being enslaved is just losing a war.
Let's go back.
Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to black people. Being enslaved is just losing a war. Like once we integrated, we thwarted the opportunity to teach our own children. We don't have no options on what we teach black kids in public schools. Think about this, y'all. In a lot of public schools, in a lot of colleges, they tell black men that they can't wear locks. Your natural hair.
Right.
Dog, do you see that they say they can do anything to meet that they want to, put anything they want to without telling you the truth about it? Think about right now in America, what black people have influence over what happens to their children in general.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still going to be Pan-African. He got to hold on to that for dear life, but he really don't have to. If I'm not mistaken, he either from Atlanta or Alabama. He really don't have to. All we got to do is do his research on his family. He'll lock that African stuff up really quick. But I mean, that's up to him, That's totally up to him. But, because when we see him, we don't see no African. No, he from Mississippi. Excuse me, he from Mississippi? Yeah, nah, you know what I'm saying? African where? You from the soil, brother. You from the soil. Ain't no African touch Mississippi. You better stop playing. You even got the largest tribe, the Mississippians. You better stop playing. All right, we need to talk. I do need to talk to him. Y'all saying that he Pan-African. I'm familiar with it. I remember one of the back in, when Umar Johnson was coming up. He came out. David Banner came out with an album, and it was cool. It was cool, but I was so glad that one track he had used my favorite thing, one of my favorite takes that Farrakhan had said, and he clipped it. He said, "See now, as long as they kill us and go to Wendy's and have a burger and go to sleep, they gonna keep killing us. But when we die and they die, then soon we go." Hey, Farrakhan went off. That speech went, I was ready to fight after hearing that. Farrakhan went in. Damn. Farrakhan up there in age now. I just thought about that. Woo, Farrakhan up there. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's either my grandfather a little bit older than him, or he may be a little bit older than my grandfather. Woo, Farrakhan, up there. I hope everything okay. I haven't heard from him. I don't know what's been going on. Y'all know I'm not into I'm not FOI, no NOI, I'm not any of that. But he went off on that speech. Then soon we gonna sit at it, and David Banner clipped that and put that in his on his CD. And I heard that track, like, y'all need to listen to that speech, because everything was cool until Farrakhan went off at the end of that speech, and you could tell he was freestyling. It just came through him. We're going to sit at the table and talk about we want some of this earth because, no, he said we want some of this earth because we'll tear this goddamn country up. And he got pulled off the internet for that speech. Matter of fact, that's what really pissed them off. He got belittled because he said that we'll tear this goddamn country up. You say he's 93 years old? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He up there. He just celebrated 93? Yeah. All right.
What they feed them, what they see on TV, what they hear on the radio, any of those things. So by integrating, by even saying that you want civil rights, take the word, the operative part of the word is civil, right?
Right.
You're saying that I just want you to treat me civilly, right? And anything that you do in life, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna make 100, right? Even if you're great. So if you fall short of civil, that means they treat a dog better than they treat you. I don't want civil rights.
Very good points. Very good point. Because on top of that, we was fighting for civil rights, right? Hold up. We was fighting for civil rights. Did we ever receive it? What class do we fall under? We was fighting for first class citizenship during the civil rights movement. We wanted first class citizenship during the civil rights movement. Did we get it? No. They dropped you down below second, made you third. And this is the same government. This is the same government that we're asking for a handout from. They owe us. And you think they're gonna be like, no, we're sorry. I'm sorry you take the land. Hell nah. You take the land. We're sorry. I apologize. We're gonna take it back. They're not gonna be doing that. They a whole government. But when we have our government speaking for us, out there in representation of us, when we have our military, when we got our brothers and sisters out there representing us, and will fight and die for our well-being. See, that's what our ancestors did. Ain't like we ain't do this before. I'm just trying to wake that warriorship back up that's embedded in you. Ain't too far. But yeah, nah, he right though.
Treat me like the God that I am.
Right.
And so what I'm saying is that they take pieces.
Right after that, treat you. I want you to treat me like the God that I am. Right after that.
Civil rights. I want you to treat me like the God that I am. And so what I'm saying is that they take pieces of a person. Like they couldn't stop Malcolm X, so what they made him was an X on a hat. The same thing that they did to Jesus in Christmas. They took Christ out of Christmas and put an X. These are the mind games that we don't see. And to be honest with you, as our friendship grows,
X marks the spot.
These are types of things that keep me up at night, Cam, because I see it. And it's so clear.
So you would have wanted segregation to stay segregated?
Well, I would have wanted people to.
Yeah, Cam asked me that question. You don't think that Cam, you don't think that we weren't doing any, look at our history. Look, Cam, our history. Cam is 30, he ain't too far away from me. Cam got to be like between 37, 38. Cam, you from my generation, you know that our people were well off. If you ever looked up your people's history, were well off. I'm talking about well off. Land, farms, jobs, or businesses They were well off prior to desegregation. He's 37, yeah. So he around my age. He know better than that. Now, if he don't, then I need to have a conversation with Cam. I need to have a real sit-down conversation with Cam. If he don't know, especially with him coming from Georgia, he got to understand Georgia's history. And it's rich indigenous history in Georgia. We cannot skip past that. Ain't nothing African about it, baby.
Oh, shit. I would have wanted black people to praise their own God.
Okay.
I would wanted black people to teach their own kids. I'm not saying that we can't be together, but would you respect somebody who you allowed to stay in your house, whether you forced them to stay there or not? And what, they've been staying there for 50, 60, 70, 80 years, 100 years? It's time for us to get our own. If we have our own, then we don't have to beg for anything. Like,
or the ability to create your own, because I think that's a lot of suppression too. That's not being mentioned.
Wait a minute. I agree, Cam. Hold up. I agree, but that don't mean that we don't have the ability. Oh, we got the ability. We learn just like how they learn. We teach just like how they teach, right? We talk just like how they talk. We walk just like how they walk. Right? If they could do it, we could do it. There's no stopping us. They just, in a way, step out of the way, allow us to take it from here. If you don't allow us, we gonna fight for it. We gonna fight to the death. What you gonna do? Drop a nuke? What you gonna do? If you scared, say you scared. I'm not scared. I'm ready. I'm not afraid at all. Afraid of who? White folks? You want me to be afraid of a Caucasian that's afraid to look me directly in my eye already? I'm 6'3", standing tall. I don't care if that nigga was taller than me. You think I'm not going to look him directly in his eye? You got another thing coming. Scared of what? He breathed the same air as me. It's about what's right and wrong. Don't let them fool you into thinking that you need to bow down to them or else. That's not how life is supposed to go. That's not how your life's supposed to go. They hand you a book and tell you to read it because they say it's religious and tell you that's your God. And if that's the case, then why would God order them to come on these lands and take it from the indigenous people by way of manipulation and greed and war? That's the God they wanted you to serve. And they put it on their own dollar bills. In God we trust. That's the same God? You see what's important now? Indoctrination has levels to it. If you're going to be about your business, you're going to have to be about your business. If you're going to be about your people, you're going to have to be about your people. If you say you're going to do something, you're going to have to do it. You can't be scared of these niggas. I don't want you around me if you scared. You keep your scary ass over there somewhere. See? That's them, to go back what B. Miles was talking about, that's them boule house Negroes. We don't need you. Let me keep it professional, because let me chill.
Especially going back to slavery. It's not to say that we couldn't have our own. We didn't have the rights to have our own. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is that even within that, man, like, I give you a great example. I told you, bro, if I had any power in the spaces that I wanted, it's coming. But like, bro, I would make you the Black Superman, bro. Like, period, dog. I don't want there to ever be a period where our children don't think that they're gods or that they're superheroes. Like, think about this. This is gonna mess y'all head up. A real superhero is a representation of a god. Wonder Woman is a god. Superman is a god. I love Black Panther, but I don't want to be no cat. I want to be a fucking god. And what they telling us that we can't be gods when the word hero comes from Heru, a black man. So the word comes from a black man, and you can't be a real hero. And then watch this, it's gonna fuck y'all head up. Where does Superman get his power from? Come on, y'all in here.
Krypton.
From the sun.
White people are allergic to what?
The sun.
There's no way Superman could be white. White scientists said that it's not possible. They run from the sun. Superman is supposed to be darker than the darkest night ever. These are the things that I notice, and it be fucking my head up, dog. I can't sleep. And I be like, don't nobody else see it? And then when I say it, Negroes say that I'm crazy. When I said something about that
jab.
Because last time I said, they threw me off TV. Like, and look at what they're saying about what happened to people after they took that. Blood clots. They can't have children. They die. I missed the movie because of that. But they acted like I was crazy when I said something about it. Bro, I'll just tell you this. From this point in my life, and this is going to surprise you, I really want to be around good human beings. Everything that I do
like-minded people
always be for black people. But I realize that it is important for me to do for me, and those who see it can come along, those who
like-minded people
suffer. And they will suffer.
I agree with that. Only keep around like-minded people no matter their skin complexion around you. I agree with that. Like-minded people, you're going to know the difference. You're going to know the difference. It's a huge difference. And it doesn't matter their skin complexion. Y'all vibing on that same vibration. Y'all know what we got to do. That's free thinkers right there. Truth seekers right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's where the unity needs to happen. That's when we unify. Right there. We unify with the right like-minded people. I agree with that.
So they see if my way is the right way, it's the way to go. But Cam, this is the best time in history. Why everybody's scared, and why so many wild things is happening in the world. If we had our shit together, it wouldn't take but a couple of us to put our money together, bro. We can go buy and do anything. We can go buy up Ghana. We can go any of these places, buy our land.
I don't know about Ghana.
To Mississippi.
Can I ask you a question?
How about that one? That's better. Buy land here, buy up Mississippi. That's better. I don't know about Ghana. Leave Ghana alone. Let them handle what they got to handle. Worry about home first.
Yes.
Point blank period. No sugar code, no nothing.
Wait, I thought Cam was from Georgia. He said we could go back to Mississippi. Is Cam from Mississippi? I thought Cam was from Georgia. Cam definitely got a Georgia accent. He from Alabama. Ooh. He from Atlanta. Okay, yeah, nah. Okay, he from Atlanta. Yeah, he from Georgia. Okay, yeah. I'm about to say.
In this false reality,
all right, well,
living.
Shout out to both of the brothers. You know what I'm saying? That was a good conversation. Shout out to both of the brothers. I wouldn't mind talking to any one of them. We'll have a great discussion. It could be various topics, but great discussion. And I would love to have a conversation about history with David Banner. And definitely need to speak with Cam on history so I could get him well versed on what happened in Atlanta, especially with him coming from Atlanta. You said Cam definitely from Atlanta. Look at him. I mean, Cam got his own style. You know, he from College Park? Okay, yeah. I know people in College Park. Okay, this lady, is that saying the slave trade happened in reverse? Oh, okay, she read the book. I bet.
Everything is inverted. What's up is actually down, and what's west is actually east, and what's good is actually evil. And the slave trade happened in reverse. The slave trade happened from America, not Africa. People were taken into captivity from the Americas. All of the Americas were the indigenous copper-tone people, were the Indians, from North America all the way down to the tip of South America and all of the surrounding islands. The original copper-tone people of America were in fear of being brutalized and captured. And from 1500 to 1800, approximately 2.5 million indigenous Americans were brought to Europe. And approximately 2.5 million.
Well, I guess this is the end of the live stream again. Might as well just go ahead and cut that off. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. We might as well cut the live stream off right there. That's another one. That's another one. I mean, what's the point? Just end it right there.
Million were brought to West Africa. A centuries-long process of genocide and colonization of the indigenous people of America. 3 million murdered, disease, dismemberment, land threat, destruction of animals and natural resources, starvation, concentration camps, removal, and forced religion conversion. The colonizers decreased population by 90%. Peace treaties and land allotments broken. Prior to colonization, the indigenous copper-tone Americans or the Indians lived in harmony with each other and with nature.
No, that's what a small correction. They want you to think that the population was decreased by 90%, and it was not. The only way that was going to happen is by the use of your imagination. They didn't have an army with a stronghold that great in numbers that could topple the millions that were already here waiting for them to show up on American shores or Turtle Island. So that is the part right there. That's the correction I will make right there.
And when Christopher Columbus or Cristobal Colon arrived with his men, they brutalized, they raped, they murdered, they forced Catholicism, and they sex trafficked indigenous women. This precedes the sex trafficking that still goes on today.
Now she's putting emphasis on certain areas as if they did that to everybody. I'm not denying what she's saying right there. That is true, but it wasn't on a large scale. Like it wasn't like he did that only, for example. Okay? And he was gay. On top of that, I exposed that back then. He was touching on little boys and everything. They even got a song about that. Remember when I exposed that song? Where they was, I'm not going to say the explicit language that they had in that song, but they were exposing that Crystal Cabal was basically gay. Let's just summarize it. And he was touching on little boys. All right.
This attack was a master plan. But who is behind this master plan to take over the Holy Land of America?
Guess who just traced their family tree back
that was good.
1800s in North Carolina? At least on my dad's side, both of them. They come straight up through and through North Carolina. Ooh. My middle name, well, all my siblings, we all have the same middle name, except for the oldest. She has my grandma's on my mom's side's middle nickname. But we all have the same middle name, and our family street. We have a family street.
All right, wait. It says bloodline 1800s property owners in North Carolina, not Africa. American Indians with land from these lands. Okay. It's the font where I can't really see it on this screen right here in front of me. I had to look up to the other screen. But that's what it said right here with the caption. So apparently he must have been doing some genealogy on his family, and that's when he found out.
The white people took it, but I'm gonna go and take it back. Yeah.
Oh, so white people took the land and he gonna take it back.
From Africa, I told you. And to that friend I had who said I was African descent and my people came here on a boat. You know, he is Latino himself, and they being nosy, so I was trying to check them. He's like, did they be killed? I saw him. Anyway, again, man. I told you.
The hell?
You and all the white folk you were trying to put on for. I'm trying to sit there.
Oh, it's some music.
Oh, the doctrine says it.
Okay, whatever it is, the music is drowning them. I can't hear them.
When I told you then, I'm going to double back down and say it again. The doctrine was made by the white people you like to befriend. And I told y'all know what it's like.
Yeah, that messed everything up. All right, let me skip up. That music messed everything up. I'm not trying to sit through that.
Who said I was African descent and my people came here on a boat? You know, he is like Africa.
Okay, wait, it replayed? What the hell?
3 million.
Oh,
murders.
wait, I'm hitting the rewind button. Hold on. All right, here we go. Yeah, see that music? He made whatever music that is was drowning him out. All right, so they really thought nobody would figure this out. All right, so certain people, again, a lot of these videos I'm getting ready to play, I have not seen. I'm just reacting to them, provide my perspective on it, especially if they speaking the truth. He was going there for a little minute, but he had music in the background and I couldn't hear him. That music was drowning him out. So
I had to take a break because the shit was getting difficult and frustrating. This right here is a census from 1880.
Okay, so he doing his research on his family, showed his records.
To be like that. This is on pages and pages before.
Wait, hold on, go back.
Census from 1880. All of the I's were changed to B. No one writes.
So all of the I's were changed to B. Census in. Did he say 1880? I believe he said 1880.
I had to take a break because the shit was getting difficult and frustrating. This right here is a census from 1880. All of the I's were changed to B. No one writes a B like that. This is on pages and pages before and after this page. And in 1850, she was classified as mulatto. In 1860, she was classified as black. On her DC, it says color. I spoke about my grandfather in a previous video. I want to show you some more records that I found on different lines on his side, and I just find all this interesting. You can see the color of these people are Indians or Negro. Here's more, here's more, here's more. What I find very interesting is some of my grandfather's siblings are labeled Indian and some are labeled Negro. In 1920 they were black, in 1930 they were Negro, in 1940 they were Negro. And can someone please answer the question, why are they Negro in 1940, but all the birth indexes through the 30s, through the 40s say Indian or Negro?
Because they changed it. Now, strictly by way of paperwork, by the way, I exposed that they were doing this for quite a while. They were starting at the top of the 1900s, and then it really trickled down into the paperwork by way of vital statistics after, 1921? Racial Integrity Act, 1921. The president got word of that, made it streamlined, and hit every other state where they started changing the records. Some of those places will lie and say that those census facilities or National Archives facilities were burnt down, where they were holding all of the court records and the state records. They were lying and say that they were burnt down. But no, what they were doing is delaying. They were delaying the people so they could make changes. Yeah, that's when you started seeing it go from Negro or from Indian to Negro or Indian to colored, then Negro. But yep.
Thing I want to show you real quick.
That's what happened.
Shit manifest I found. First of all, you can see that it's a domestic route.
Okay, from domestic route from Virginia to New Orleans.
Slave, dark, light, mulatto, other things, black, swarthy, tawny, copper, griff, mestizo, quadroon. You can't forget red. There is no way
reddish
people is African. It's impossible. It don't make sense. And most of these words prove that. Now I want you to look at some of the notes that were left on the manifest. This one literally says prisoner of war. This entire manifest shows that not everyone came straight from Africa. Prisoners of war was a thing. But there's a lot of y'all who are skipping over many indigenous ancestors to point to a random plantation and a check mark saying that this is your family member from Africa. No name, no description, no information, no ship, no origin, but simply because you were told that this is a plantation and you were a slave, you're gonna say you're African, skipping over all of these indigenous Americans. Don't you see that indigenous Americans were the base and all these other people came over here and fucked us? We're not out here trying to erase.
Thank you.
Set it on fire.
These people, and we're not just accepting the first answer that we see. You can't just stop at one record. You literally got to work hard for this, and you gotta dig. We're not playing around. We're not gonna stop. Like, we're for real about this, and we're gonna keep going until we get what's owed. And how come all of a sudden y'all know how to play chess? We got two pieces on the board, and one is a queen and one is a pawn. Y'all can figure that out.
12 million Africans come to
I like that ending. Shout out to that brother. I like that ending. And shout out to his family lineage.
Fire.
He making it happen. All right, he's saying 30 seconds of unpopular truth.
People were the first slaves. Native Americans weren't the first people in America. Black people were the first people in America. America is the original ancient Egypt. The Smithsonian are thieves. All life did not start in Africa. Black Americans' ancestors built Egypt. Human evolution is not real. The Wright brothers did not invent flight. And skin color has nothing to do with your climate. Black people have lived in cold climates for thousands of years.
All right, racists.
I'm not sure if y'all been paying attention to what the hell's been going on, but did y'all know that there are white folks coming from Canada going all the way to Texas just so that they can prepare for a race war?
Canada's largest white supremacist group is training with fascist fight clubs in the U.S., growing a global network, preparing for what they say is a race war.
Vakama, shout out to you, brother.
Shit isn't funny enough in this world. We got Captain America and Maple Leaf Man coming to the rescue. You know, white racists, I genuinely want to know, what have black Americans done to you? No, seriously. You have all this hatred and imaginary animosity while literally cosplaying the people that you hate. What is the reason? Because coming from Canada on a losing mission is crazy. White people cannot and will not ever win a race war against anyone. And Canadians can't even beat their hygiene issues. So for sure you will not win a match against black Americans. Like, let's be serious. You have never beat them at anything, so this little pretend battle won't be an exception. The delusion you all have for believing that you won't be dealt with by the white people who disagree with you is hilarious. What, you thought the rest of us were just going to stand around and let it happen? The rest of us will destroy your racist asses. You'll literally be taken care of before it starts. So play stupid. Only an idiot can win stupid prizes.
And I would love to know where in Texas are they landing at? They won't take that shit down. No, look. Let me tell. Where do they got to be in a part of Texas that have never seen an Indian a day in their life, where are they hanging at? Coming from Canada. So they gonna start a race war. With who? With who? People in Texas? You go to a landmass where we able to carry guns on us. We don't gotta have no pistol license. We got, listen, Texas, I'm out here. You can have a gun store in your garage and everything will be fine. And walk outside with it. You talking about Texas? And you got the nerve to turn around and want to do that to so-called black folk that got weapons and go to the gun range daily out here. Are you kidding me? You better not. I dare you. Do it. Fuck it. Do it. When they said, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all how Texas get here. When I first moved here and them borders was open, okay, and they was, jumping, they was showing us news clippings of these illegal foreigners jumping into people's yards. That's when, what is the governor's name? Abbott. Governor Abbott got on television and said he taking away the pistol license. Man, shoot first, ask questions later. Texans said, say no more. Okay? And then, listen, these folk know how to shoot. You better not. Matter of fact, do it. Just do it. Please do it. Target practice. Just go ahead. And you coming from Canada? You coming from Canada trying to start something in Texas. Stop it. So first of all, think about the climate. Canada is cold. Texas is, this how hot Texas is. Fire. This is how hot Texas is. It's raining right now and it's still in the 90s. And think the gun ain't gonna work just because the gun is wet. You got another thing coming. It's people 3D printing out here. Throwing a chip on it. Are you kidding me? Texas? You picked the wrong state, bruh. This ain't it. This is not it, bruh. This ain't it. Don't do it. Go to Nevada or something. My bad, Nevada. I wasn't trying to shoot a shot at y'all. I'm just saying, like, come on, bruh. But go ahead and play stupid here. Go ahead and play stupid. Just like how Overcommer's saying, please pull up. Please. You're going to get sent right back home in the box.
Most of you are champions at being losers. In every intense situation, white people fold or get folded. You've never been successful at beating anyone. Just like this. Hit it.
I want to be the smallest in this bar. Right versus your own.
Stop, bro. Stop. He giving them examples. Oh, man.
I did. Swim. Fucking
Bye.
Not cool, man.
Good night.
Do that shit. What you gonna do? DNA test.
He just fell out laughing. Yo, shout out to Avocado, man. Hey. He just fell out like that. Homie, y'all better stop playing. Listen, we will be laughing at you, sending you in a box. We will be like, ain't no way. We ain't even gonna ask. See, that's another thing I love about Texas. They do not ask questions at all. They just let it ring and laugh. Look at him now. Boy, you better stop that. send us some Canadians to come on, pull up to die like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I mean, come on. We ain't scared of you.
DNA tests are not accurate, please. I don't care where you get one from. 23andMe, Ancestry.com.
And by the way, they don't get thrown in jail. I told you that. That's straight up self-defense. You walk up on our territory? What you mean jail time? What you mean?
Greens, if you are a Black American, it is going to tell you your black ass is from Africa. If you swap a pork chop, it's going to say that bitch is from Africa. Please stop bringing up DNA tests. You can't get into no federally recognized tribe with a DNA test for a reason. They're not accurate. It literally tells you in the fine print that they're for entertainment purposes only.
Right.
You can call these companies and they will tell you that because legally they have to. DNA tests used to be accurate before 2007, but they changed them. So if you got a DNA test,
she is country. The way she says 7, that I heard the South. That's what I heard. 7. I can't even say it the way she just said it.
2007. Present day.
Listen to that.
It's going to be completely different. How does DNA change? I don't fucking know. I don't know. That's weird to me. Stop telling us to get a DNA test. We don't need a DNA test. Genealogy is enough. Hell, word of our grandmas and granddaddies telling us that we're not African is enough. You trying to
right.
from my granddaddies liars?
Right.
The so-called Native Americans didn't even get into their tribes with DNA tests.
Toasty. Woo! Hey, hit the like button. Well, come on, y'all. Hey, what's her name? She killing it.
That would have said Eskimo, Siberian, Alaskan. Like, stop, please. Good evening.
Hold on. Wait. Do we have her name?
Enough. You trying to say my grandma and granddaddy is liars? The so-called Native Americans didn't even get into their tribes with DNA tests. They didn't, because it would have said Eskimo, Siberian, Alaskan. Like, stop.
Man. We don't have her name, y'all. I'm trying to give her a shout out, y'all. We don't have her name. Oh, come on, y'all. Wait a minute. We into the indigenous content right now, y'all. Y'all see what's going on? We in the indigenous content now. Let's go. Hold on. I ain't know that joke was that fire. I gotta do that one more time. Hold on. All right. Wait, did somebody say her name? Y'all didn't. Wait, who said it? What was her name? One more time, y'all. Her name is. Oh, Lord. Her name is what? Wait. Oh, Lord. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Somebody saying Alicia Nicole. Damn, you put her government out there. Now, what's her name on TikTok where people can find her? And Blue Dreamer dropped her name and I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Is her name, I don't know. I don't know. That's, is that confirmed? Like, I don't know. Is that the Oh, Lord. And then you deleted it. What is her name, y'all? That's, y'all heard that? The Tiari Jen. It is the Tiari Jen. Okay, so that's what her name is, the Tiari Jen. Correct? That's confirmed. What? Carla, why y'all laughing? So yes. Okay, so the Tiari, wait, the Tiari Jen is her name. Tiari Jen. Okay, so Tiari Jen. The Tiari Jen is her name. They saying it in the chat. And it's definitely going to be on screen. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, sister. That was good. And keep doing this too. Keep doing it. Don't stop. I appreciate y'all, chat. Like, yeah, because look, I ain't gonna lie. That was that name was a little tough. You know, I ain't want to mispronounce it. Yeah, that's her name. Okay, so you confirmed it. All right, good. Good. All right.
Good evening. Welcome to Daisy Blue and you.
Daisy Blue, what up?
Real quick and give a big, huge thank you to all the new subscribers and a very, very large thank you to Dane Calloway for sending me people this way to view my content.
Ho. I told y'all not to tell her that I sent y'all. Chad. I'm disappointed. Y'all was not supposed to tell her. It was supposed to be a surprise. But shout out to Daisy Blue. Oh my goodness. Chad. Hard head make a soft behind. See? Hard head make a soft behind. Where my belt at? I'm about to get my belt. Come on, man. Like, y'all not supposed to. Chad.
I hope I can continue to bring good content and build on it and make it better. I do have quite a bit of new stuff coming out this week, so I hope you guys continue to come back and watch and
absolutely
grow with me. So.
All right, now she another one that's doing her research and putting the content out there and actually putting it on the line. Okay, putting it on the line. We automatically know that she getting backlash. There's no if, answer, buts about that. No if, answer, buts about that. She was in the chat. Oh, I didn't see her. I apologize, but Daisy Blue is her name on YouTube and TikTok. Daisy Blue. You didn't snitch Carla, probably in the, it don't matter. I told y'all not to say nothing. And the whole chat, Dane, say it, nuh-uh. I'm pretty sure if I go to her video right now, I can start, don't make me do it. I can start putting some people on blast right now. Live. I believe y'all alone. Because it be right in the chat. Don't go over there and start deleting your comment. Uh-huh. But now it's Daisy Blue on TikTok and Instagram. Same thing with However Comma. However Comma is on Instagram. Matter of fact, correction, I said that wrong. But no, I'm right. However Comma's on all three. He's on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Daisy Blue is on TikTok and YouTube. I don't think she's on Instagram. If she is, I apologize. If she is, I apologize, as I didn't know, and I need to know her Instagram so I can follow her. Who snitched cheat? I don't know. I'm telling you, if I pull up this video, we will see. We will see the names right in the comment section.
Thank you again to everybody. And again, thank you, Dane Calloway.
Absolutely, Daisy. Absolutely.
You guys have a great evening.
Everybody worried about our people and shit, folks. It'd be crazy. We ain't even got to argue about why we indigenous no more. It's in everybody's face because this shit ain't happening to nobody else. The only group of people whose story turned into a rabbit hole, my nigga, just to learn our indigenous roots, you got to jump into the rabbit hole with its deep-ass story. The only group of people to be reclassified over 15 times on this motherfucking planet. Stop it. Flood communities with immigrants while we struggle. Let's be 100. Every time they want to show something on the TV or the music that deal with Black American culture, they pushing this violent and stripping and all this other bullshit on our community, folks, to make us look, you know what I'm saying? They try to feminize and make the so-called black man weak, you know what I'm saying? Come on, folks, they portraying our...
Hold up, it sound like he from B-More. I believe I'm hearing a B-More accent. Shout out to Baltimore. But shout out to this brother, right and exact.
Stable and all this other shit, but when it comes to a lighter woman from another country to get all loud and crazy and shit, y'all talking about, oh, I like that, oh, she sexy when she mad, and all this other shit, folks, get the fuck up out of here. They promoting division, single motherhood, and fatherless homes within our community only. We got fucking trends going around with our community talking about, oh, you don't got a dad, you don't got a dad, I don't got a dad, you don't got a dad. Like, we think this shit cool, folks. This shit ain't cool. Come on, folks, this is an attack within our people. We as indigenous, whose towns do they flood? Only in this community. Let's be 100. Every time we come together and build something, you know what I'm saying, start getting crazy, busting our ass without the government's help, oh, let's go destroy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that sound like Philly. Wait, I could be wrong. That sound like Philly now.
No. Why? Because they want your energy, indigenous energy. Back in the 80s, they flooded the hoods with crack, all types of shit, try and get us up out of here quick. When it comes to the hood, they call it a project. It's the projects because they sit there and experiment on us and watch us through these surveillance cameras and all types of shit through the streets and our houses that we don't even know. They watch us everywhere because they don't know the day we're going to actually come together and lock in and bust their ass, so they need to be prepared for it, folks. They attacking our health, our families, and masculinity. We can't even go to the hospital without some shit going on with us. You know what I'm saying? Without y'all doing some shit right. Y'all want us to keep coming back so y'all can keep taking our money, knowing my people in the Americas. There's more black people, so-called black people in the Americas more than anybody, but they tell us we're the minority to make us feel less of ourselves. Folks.
Yes, sir. Thank you. He cooking.
Fire.
He cooking.
Fire.
What, do we have his name? Tell me we got his name. Yeah, he do. I heard B-More. I heard Philly. I heard a little bit of Midwest too. So I'm not exactly sure where he from. But he from here. His name is Relly. Oh, Relly. Shout out to Relly. I appreciate this, Relly.
Set it on fire. Fire.
Yeah, not a Philly accent. Yeah, because he was saying folk, like he from Midwest. And Philly don't say folk. Philly say bull. They say bull. And folk usually like Chicago and them. So he could be from the Midwest. Because he ended in folk. So that may be Midwest.
Like we're not really from here to make us feel like we're really from Africa, my nigga. But we're really everywhere. Motherfuckers know this. Motherfuckers know we really everywhere. Come on, folks. They try so they could try to take our land and our story, nigga. They had to replace us to bring in a whole nother group of people to take our story, nigga. And then when we talk about it, they try to make other people feel bad about what we doing, bro, when it's really the truth, to make us look crazy. That's what they do. If we ain't the true indigenous people of this land, why the nonstop agendas on my people? Why you think you never see so-called black people in indigenous movies and all types of shit, and only slavery movies?
Movies? Wait a minute. Now, I don't know where his accent from. Now, I'm hold on. Movies. That could be Baltimore. I don't know where he from now. Where say he from? Which moderator said that his name was Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He from Baltimore? Raleigh Aboriginal? No. That's not Memphis. He ain't from Memphis. You say Midwest? It do sound like B-More. It did sound like B-More. Nah, that didn't sound. Well, when y'all heard Mew, that did sound Memphis. That's probably why y'all said that. But don't forget that B-More got a little slang like that too. When Mew, they'll say that with it, yo, you're. They'll do that too. Baltimore got that same thing. No, that's not DC. I got the DC accent. You want to know DC? That's me, Slim. Definitely not DC. That's how I say, little Philly-ish Baltimore, but mainly Baltimore. I hear that sound Baltimore to me when he came back with the movies. But I wanted to I'm trying to shout out his state. That's the reason why I'm bringing that up. I'm trying to shout out his state and his name. But yeah, because he cooking though. He telling the truth.
Move you from your natural roots. They got the same people playing these indigenous movies because these is not the real indigenous motherfuckers. These are Native Americans, yes, but that is two different things from indigenous and aboriginal. There's a
he meant
them in them movies, in them Hollywood Native American movies and shit, folks.
He made a slight mistake right there, but we knew what he meant.
Why would they sit there and act out what happened to their ancestors on their own land? Ain't shit about that funny. Ain't shit about that need to be entertained. Don't shit need to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? Them ain't the real motherfuckers. Know who you are. There is a reason why they're only painting you as a slave. I just need my people to remember though. They can't erase your original identity, nigga.
Oh, he from Pittsburgh. So that's official? He from Pittsburgh? Woo! We was kind of off. I did say Midwest. He from Pittsburgh, though. Okay. It's on his page. Okay, so he from Pittsburgh.
Shout
out to Pittsburgh.
Gods and goddesses. The real copper tone indigenous.
That's still Pennsylvania, though.
Planet, stop it. We is everywhere on this planet. We is all connected. We know what's going on, nigga, and you cannot divide my people all over this planet. We are all connected. Yes, some of us.
I say Midwest again. Look, hold. I just realized what I just said. I just put Pittsburgh in the Midwest. I just realized what I just said. I'm wrong. I said Philly, so I was right. I did say a mix between Philly and Baltimore, but he Pittsburgh, and their accent a little bit differently. A little bit. That's why I thought it was a little Midwest in there. But nah, no. He from the East. Man. I tore that up. Hey, we live, baby. We live.
All scared folk ain't camp.
Low key still Midwest a little bit.
Yeah, folk. Don't trust nobody.
That folk right there threw me off though. When he said folk, that threw me off. That sound definitely like Midwest. Cause Baltimore don't say folk. That's not that word. And that's not really Philly word either. Like that's what's a little like. But anyway, come on, y'all. Come on.
We need to unite in order to bring the whole planet together. Cause everybody move off our energy frequency and you know what I'm saying, what we got going on, bro. We in the front of the line with this shit. Yeah, everybody talk down on us, but deep down, they need us to make the first move so they could move behind us. Remember that. Nigga, we the blueprint. Ashay.
I like that. What the hell? What the fuck? Hold on. Is that real?
Indigenous.
Oh, I don't know. Something happened with that one. Maybe in rendering. That scared the shit out of me for a second. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It done turned into a scary movie all of a sudden. We had to skip that one, unfortunately. That one got messed up.
And they are upset that you are calling yourself indigenous and pointing out the fact who they really are because they didn't know. A lot of them didn't know.
Wait a minute, let me go back. Let me go back.
You want it.
Oh, we missed a lot from her. Hold on. I'm gonna grab this sister's video. Apparently it must be important. Apparently it must be important for the what the hell was that? We gotta get this. This need to be reset to me. I need this one. Something happened.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I just came on here to tell you that the pretendians are upset. They're mad because we are coming into who we are. A lot of us know who we really are, and they don't like it. They don't like it. They need to take it up with their own people, their own ancestors, their own people who died and told them they were Americans, they were Indians, or whatever you want to call it, Native Americans. Like, You're not Native. Well, yeah, you are Native American because you're from Siberia. The Americans on Turtle Island, we're not natives. We are the indigenous.
Ooh, talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them. She said they upset.
Americans on Turtle Island, we're not natives. We are the indigenous. Okay?
This is my auntie right here, too. This is my auntie. She ain't playing with them.
And they are upset that you are calling yourself indigenous and pointing out the fact who they really are, because they didn't know. A lot of them didn't know, and they're upset about it.
Pretendians.
I love that.
Give it up. Give it up.
Wait. What did he say?
Sad about it.
Does it sound like this?
FBA pretendians. Give it up.
Okay, he a hater.
Give it up.
Hold up.
These are your ancestors from Congo. Look, we look just like them. We look.
Oh my God. You saying that we look just like them? This is your proof? You saying that we look just like them? We gonna shape our head just like that? It looked like he put a cap on. This looked like a hat. We not wearing our hair like this. Not with that shape up. What are you talking about?
Just like them. We even wear the same hairstyles today.
Stop it. Yeah, you on crack.
My ancestors wore wigs. Yeah, you're right. They wore wigs in Africa. They weren't no Aztecs. Don't even say that.
Look, he want to skip over the Aztecs. Don't say it wasn't them. They're not real. What?
FBA, you are African. You're not Muskogee. You're not Cherokee. You're not Choctaw.
No proof. Just running his mouth.
Not none of that. You're not Blackfoot. You are African.
No. The proof is the picture that he got directly from Google. And then he decided to make a video about the picture and talk shit.
It in your head.
Alright, so if you watching this right now, if this video popped up on your screen, go ahead and kick back, rest your phone on your stomach, lay to the side, do whatever.
Wait a minute, don't rest your phone on your stomach. Don't forget that your phone is emitting 3.8 to 4.6 gigahertz of radiation. Do not lay your phone on any part of your body. If I were you, I would have that mofo on speakerphone or use. Nah, man.
I got some shit.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
So I told y'all about Martin Luther King. Now,
don't put it on your body.
Tubman's ass. This go on down.
Wait, huh?
So
wait, ho.
I got some shit for your ass. So I told y'all about Martin Luther King. Now I'm on Harriet Tubman's ass. This go on down. But hold on. So we're gonna start off like this. Harriet Tubman wasn't even Harriet Tubman's name. Nope. As I'm starting to realize, everybody that they got is a character. Everybody in the mainstream plays a fucking role. Check me out. So Harriet Tubman's real name, Arminta Ross. Look her up. Go ahead, look it up. Arminta Ross. Look that shit up. The name is a Hebrew name. So how the United States get a black Hebrew? Kidnapped her motherfucking ass. So the United States kidnapped Arminta Ross, changed the name to Harriet Tubman. Then what y'all didn't know, during the Civil War, she served the Army, the U.S. Army, as a spy, a server, and a cook. Did you hear me say she served the Army? She served the Army. I may have left something out. Let me rerun it back. She served them as a spy, a scout, a nurse, and a cook. It's 4 things she working for them motherfuckers for, right? But she working for them. And she led our black slaves to freedom. Ain't that what they told us? Yeah, everything they told us was a motherfucking lie. I'ma tell you the truth. So in reality, she working for the people. motherfucking, they get her to lead the slaves to freedom. Because remember, we was never a part of the U.S. Remember, they came over here. Remember that? When you say Plymouth Rock, land, yeah, we ain't land on Plymouth Rock. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, let me get back. So with that being said, so she working for them, playing as a slave, and the other folks shit she was doing. We wasn't citizens at the time. They was calling us La Louisiana. But we looking up to this black woman that she a slave too. You know, she our color. She gonna lead us to freedom. We was the Louisiana Purchase. And y'all know the Union was for black people, right? The Union. It was a white man named David Hunter who was a general over the Union. The white man over the black people. And my girl working for him too. So it was a whole union of black people and a white man as the general. And we just got done getting out of slavery. How, Sway? How? So it sounded to me like the black men that she led to freedom, she led them to the white motherfucking general.
Whoa. I like when a person critically thinks about a topic. Because think about it. All of those people that she allegedly set free, according to the story that they gave us, give me one of their names. I'll wait. Give me one of the names of the slaves that she set free. I'll wait. Let me know when you type it. She was duly noted as freeing the slaves from Maryland to Canada. Everything about her life was duly noted, but you can't give me one name? Kevin Dixon, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Y'all. Oh, boy. But they told you her name was Araminta Ross at first. And they could give you endless stories about her story. No record. None. No record. None. Still to this very day. And I dare anybody to pop up here and let's go toe to toe with the records I got versus the records you got. I told you she was a fictional character. I told you she was created by an act of Congress. I told you when, where, who, what, and why. Cutthroat. I didn't hold nothing back. So-called black. Oh, no. Why would he try to take some of our heroes away? Who did she save? How is she considered a hero and you don't even know who she saved? I should end the live stream right there. How can she be considered a hero and you don't know who she saved? But yet, people want to claim that they related to her somehow. Yeah, and I'm related to Batman. Sure am. Hold on. You want me put on my Batman costume? 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. I'm gonna put my Batman costume on.
That's what started the union.
Y'all ready? Here go the Batman costume. Are you kidding me? I ain't got no Batman. What you mean? Here it go right here. This is the Batman suit I got on right now. Yep. It's the Batman suit. I'm Batman. All right.
She helped start the black union by leading them to the white man. Boy, I tell you. So she helped trap us into the motherfucking system. All right.
Ooh, and y'all calling her a hero? This is critical thinking. I like what he's doing.
What she led them when they escaped and went through them tunnels, she led them to black armies. Using the same fucking tunnels that they use right now for the kids, though. Y'all don't want to hear it. So you tell me we got free in the same tunnel systems that they running the kids through right now when they trafficking these kids in the same tunnel system.
Woo! Hey, who is this? Hey, who is this? He cooking. Okay, TikTok. Okay, TikTok. Hold up. Okay, hold on. What's his name? His name is Mango. Oh, Magno. What up, brother? Yeah. Magno. That's fire, brother.
We been on the stage. The Union and the Confederate was the same fucking people. We wasn't a part of the United States.
Okay, now I know he been watching the channel. Now I know he been watching the channel because that right there was only pointed out by me. That right there. The Union and the Confederate, what I say, was the same. And after the Union left and went with the Confederate to fight in the Confederate Army, and it was none of us there representing the Union, Abraham Lincoln ran to go get who? And I showed you this by way of documentation. Ran to go get foreigners and paid them to fight in the Union Army. They were not prepared to go against a military, trained military. Come on, y'all, help us fight in this war. And you mean to tell me that the Union Army won against a military, trained military? Somebody lying. It was a compromise. They came to an agreement. They came to a solution. They said, okay, let's do it this way. Okay. All of this is documented. I put it out. You can look it up. There was no winner. Like Union won. It wasn't like that. That's not how it worked. It was a compromise. And I told you, think about the routes. They tried to slap on the fact that, no, it wasn't even a fact. They tried to slap on a storyline and say that California fought on the Union side. California fought on the Union side. Before California could get to the east, California got to go through Texas. Think. Whatever army you gather from California walking or whatever they did, by train, by horse, whatever, through Texas, you think they go get, they got through Texas just fine. Meanwhile, the Confederate Army was established in Texas. You better stop playing. They lied to you about the Civil War. They lied to you about the entire thing. That's why, to go back to David Banner's point, they lied about all of history. to make it seem as if they won when they didn't. They didn't win a goddamn thing. And if they won anything, it wasn't by themselves. Eventually, okay, they couldn't do anything by themselves. Immediately, they couldn't do anything by themselves. Not eventually, immediately. They had to have our help. This is the reason why I agree with the foundational part. We did build the foundation years before the foreigners came. They copied the foundation. So don't black out the foundation. They won't ever see you. You're erasing it inadvertently. You stepping on your own toes. Don't do it. But yeah, they want you to call Harriet Tubman a hero. That's what they want you to do. And they didn't name one. But you know how much content they put out on Harriet Tubman and force-fed you and did not want, I'm talking about not one time. They didn't even think that people were going to say, hey, wait a minute, who did she save? And I exposed that years ago. And they got mad. Ooh, they came at me. They sent the boule after me. They wanted me to shut the hell up about that. Oh, this nigga really making these niggas think. Now, Nat Turner, they let me slide with. When I got to Harriet Tubman, they was like, stop that. Let's stop him right now. He about to be exposed to too much. And see, I got all that shit before they started cleaning house to try and get these records. And I said, I'm going to put it in the book. Just in case you try to clean house and get rid of those affidavits that I requested by way of the Freedom of Information request. And I put that in there for you. So you can see that I'm not playing. I got it. And put it on screen too. I got every single affidavit that she allegedly ever wrote. And another thing is that they said that she couldn't read and write. Then who was writing for her? And I showed you that. She couldn't read or write. So that was her signature? Or was that the X mark? Remember what I showed you? They made it up, y'all. They made it up. Just like how they fraudulently took the land from our people by way of stolen deeds. They did the same thing with the paperwork. Coming up with Harriet Tubman. And Nat Turner. Like it's some foolish people in the indigenous community believing that Nat Turner was real. Foolish people. And that's that there immediately, when it come to me, immediately that credibility as a researcher is out the window. You ain't do no research. None. Nah, he was a part of the Nottoway. How? Just because he was living in that part of Virginia? Allegedly? And look, how do you know that when Turner wasn't even his last name? Turner was an alias. And I showed you that record. And who created Turner? Thomas Ruffin Gray. And he got that Nat story from the Richmond Whig. I showed you all of that. On record, on screen. And people was like, Dane, don't do that. What you mean? How you gonna trust me if I'm not showing you my proof? How are you gonna trust me if I don't show you my proof? That's working backwards. I had them shook, bruh. I had them shook. And the icing on the cake was that I went down there and put it all on camera. Caught them moving artifacts over to try to create the Nat Turner Trail in Southampton, Virginia. Caught them right in the act. I was there. Me and Tanisha. Me and my wife, we were there. Caught them in act. Racist ass Southampton, Virginia. I was out there. And it was hot. It was like Texas hot down there. Man, I seen how many farmers were needy out there. Woo, that changed my mind about so much stuff. I didn't see one white farmer in Southampton. I ain't see one. And I was trying to get them brothers on camera showing y'all the acres of land that they got. Trying to, I ain't going, let me not say nothing. But because they older, they don't want no riffraff. I understand. They probably was scared. I don't know. But all of them people were needy. That hit home, bruh. Cornfields galore. They had everything out there. They were good. But yeah, I said to myself, okay, that needed to be known. As far as Nat Turner is concerned. Can't nobody debunk that. They won't ever will. Not by the use of their mouth. They will have to have evidence on screen to debunk me. They will have to put my evidence up versus their evidence. That's the only way that's going to happen. And they can't do that. I've been here for 10 years. They can't do it. Not one person could do that because I didn't make that up. That was way before ChatGPT was even thought of. Both Harriet Tubman and that. I got real authentic records. That wasn't no Photoshop. Like, come on now. And got the congressional record with their seal on it. That's another thing. Like, they did this by act of Congress. Both of them. Sarah Bradford and Thomas Rutherford Gray. They try and lie now and say that Sarah Bradford was from New Jersey. I was like, what? We got the records proving that she from Geneva, Switzerland. Now all of a sudden they try to change it real quick. They still try to go behind me and fix that up so people can still think that she sat down with Harriet Tubman and wrote her whole story. Come on, bruh. That would have been the first question I was asked. So you saved people. Who did you save? What's their names? I mean, we could talk about it now. It's a long time ago. Can you remember one person? They gonna say, she saved her siblings. She went back and saved her siblings. Okay.
How many times I gotta keep saying? So all the black people that was originally.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you right now. First of all, if me and you, God forbid this ever happened, me and you were captured, okay, and was held as slaves in West Bubba, whatever landmass at that, it had to be enslaved there since we was 5 to 15. I decided to get up and say, let's run away. I know a way. How? How do I know my way to Canada if I've never been off the plantation? If I've never been off the plantation before, how do I know my way around? One, to where I'm located at. Two, and how do I know my way to Canada if I've never been off the plantation before? They don't never tell you that. They never explain the real details you need. They want you to fill in the blank. That's purposely done. That's how U.S. history is done. They want you to fill in the blank by the use of your imagination. Yeah, if I had Google Maps, yeah, if I had Google Maps, Canada's right here. I turn right, and then 15 miles, turn left at the blah, blah, blah. We would have got to Canada however fast it's going to take. Quick, no problem. Would I walk to Canada? Hell no. But, I catch you. If you gonna walk, I'll catch you late. Because look, that's another thing. You freed the slaves walking through tunnels. Niggas ain't putting on slippers to walk outside to go to the store every day. You mean to tell me that they gonna walk barefoot? Treacherous weather conditions. Through tunnels one light, one shotgun that a lady holding, not a man, a lady holding, and she gonna protect. Stop it, bruh. Stop. You need to stop. That's embarrassing. You believe in this crap. That is embarrassing. Yeah, they hit him with the conceptual arts. That's correct. They hit him with the conceptual arts. That's called conceptualism. They crafted that shit for you to make you, cling on to it and think it's real. Then you get mad. Are you taking our heroes away? All right. Well, if they took your God from you, then who's your real hero? You worried about Harriet Tubman. What about God? Ooh. You worried about Harriet Tubman. What about God? Whew. You see how deep that get? You'll protect the story of Harriet Tubman, but not God?
From the United States. Y'all was kidnapped. Straight up. Fucking kidnapped. And they was prisoners of war. Remember what Civil War was? Remember Civil War? Civil War was with the U.S. and the Aboriginal people. How y'all think all that shit? Remember syphilis and all that shit that don't even pop up no more, all that shit back. How you think it? What? How was that getting into black men? Harriet motherfucking Armenta Tubman or whatever the fuck. It was her. She was a nurse. Did y'all forget that? They forgot that. She was a nurse for the fucking United States. She helped kidnap. She helped goddamn get experiments on them and everything. She helped part of the lab rats. She helped part of. She is a part of society today.
According to the story that they gave us, as far as what her job is concerned, yes, she was a government agent. According to the Harriet Tubman story that they gave us, she will be considered a government agent. And you're idolizing a government agent that did not do anything for our people, according to her own story. If you want to ride off of the story, she's an agent. How is she a hero? How? Oh, the same way y'all make Al Sharpton a hero and he was an agent. For the CIA, that's not slander. For the CIA. Putting a lot of people in jail. That's not slander. You can look that up. He had to admit it. He was trying to keep that hidden. Then he had to admit it that he was working for the government. That's not slander. That's fact. But y'all want to hold him up high like he a leader of our community all of a sudden. Fuck this nigga do. Are you kidding me? Ooh, I'm so glad times are changing. Yeah, because we're going to have to call these wussies out, man. We're going to the Roland Martins. He like 5'1", like 400, and y'all subscribing to his ideology? And you know for a fact that he worked for the Boule and he underhanded at that? Screaming and yelling about what the Democrats need to be doing for us, and then year after year after year, it's the same thing. He ain't worried about the Democrats doing nothing for us. He worried about that money that he getting from you by spilling out this same narrative. That we against immigrants. Because he's an immigrant. That's why. He's not from here. I can make one phone call. I know where he at in Washington, D.C. I can make one phone call and a whole group of people will flood his studio in a professional manner and make him. Let me stop. Because that could be taken as a threat. In a professional manner. I know where he at. He ain't protected like that. He ain't protected like that. They put him on a back burner for a reason. He on his way out the door anyway. A lot of them are. A lot of them Boule people are on their way out. And they trying to take as many people with them as they can, man. A lot of people are waking up. They called this the age of what was the word that they use? They didn't say disturbance, did they? Did they say age of disturbance? No, they say age of disclosure. This is the age of disclosure. It's time. And he on YouTube making a fool out of himself every day. And you know he only supporting the Democrats because they support foreigners. Not because black people is getting some support from the Democrats. Anybody in their right mind, anybody with some sense can see that the Democrats historically have not done it, I'm talking about in a great manner for black people, by them so-called black people individually, has not done a thing for us. But we always get behind them as if they do. No, that stops now. We're not having that no more. You're not getting our vote. You better run to them foreigners over there in that foreign territory, wherever your folks from, and ask them for a vote. Oh, that's right. They're not U.S. citizens. That means you're going your way out. That means you on your way out. That's why I was so glad that Trump was getting rid of DEI. I said, good, because it didn't benefit us anyway. It was only benefiting foreigners and white women. Good, get rid of it. Soon as it came out as affirmative action, 5 minutes later, it wasn't working for black Americans at all. And they got the nerve to be crying because they losing their jobs. Like, I give a... Like, and you shouldn't care about that shit neither. Because what they do for you? They was in there for 55 years, 60 years. What they do? Not a goddamn thing. And they need to be held responsible. And by way of doing that, we need to call them out. A lot of people don't want to call out. Nah, see, we always beating down our own brothers and sisters. No. What we doing is fighting and killing our brothers and sisters. But we not holding the real people that look like you and I accountable for their own actions and misuse of our vulnerability. That's why I said the enemy does not have a set skin complexion, because the enemy comes in various skin complexions. They could look like you and I. And those are the ones that, it ain't just a white man, white man. No, it's not. No, it's not. Historically, it was never just a white man. No, it wasn't. And those fools need to be held responsible. And we need to call out those wussies that's misleading our people. I'm glad I'm on camera now. This is the perfect time to go back to what David Banner was saying. This is the perfect time. Age of disclosure. This is the perfect time to show up and show off. I'm talking about our people. Stand firm on what you know to be true. Not what you believe or what you believe in. Stand on what you know to be true. All right.
She helped. We gotta face it. She helped. And then hold on. I got some shit that's finna blow your mind. Who she was working for? Like, who was her boss? Who was she up under? Abraham Lincoln. How many of y'all knew that Abraham was originally a black man? Yeah. All right, let me tell you the backstory on that. She got a house from this dude named William Henry, right? White man, William Henry. Look him up. He was the fucking secretary of Abraham's. So you mean to tell me your mentor done got a house from the secretary of the president and you was a slave? A black slave? Come on, man. William was supposed to be working for the union with the black folks, but somehow his ass helped play a role in purchasing Alaska. How the fuck he do that when he supposed to be working with the niggas? So apparently that's how they were going over there to go take Alaska, because it was black Alaskans over there. Just getting together to take over everything. Back on Abraham ass, that mother nigga was black. They used my boy. They had to, every now and then they gotta use a black face. They gonna put your black face up there, boom, we got another black president. But you know, they whitewash shit like they did the Titanic back then. It's whitewash. Gotta do your history to see who really was who. And we really was them. They killed my boy Lincoln because he was about to talk too much. And they killed him in Forbes Theater. Forbes Theater was a damn black church from the 1800s.
I'm going to just say one thing. They got rid of one of his sons first as a warning. Then they got rid of him because he didn't listen.
Forbes Theater sold the chair that Lincoln got assassinated in. Sold this chair to motherfucking Henry Ford. Yeah, Ford. Ford truck, Ford is, yeah, him. That's him. That nigga also came up with the 9 to 5. How the fuck you gonna come up with They use Lincoln to trap the black people, into the system like they did Obama, Martin Luther King. But yeah, they used my boy Lincoln. My boy Lincoln mama was black. That's how they even got Lincoln. That's how they keep their presidents. That's how they all cousins. The black mama is always motherfucking kidnapped. They had a baby, take care of the baby, and then push him on into presidency whenever they want to. Yeah, so they use his bloodline, use it, brainwashed him, and did his due diligence to get us on their side. Straight up. All this shit connected, y'all. Y'all gotta start, they need us. We the consumers, we the workers. They need us. There's nobody else but us. Ain't never really needed them. We are the fucking people.
And we need to stop being only consumers and workers. We need to be what? Majority owners. Because that's what we once were. That's what we need to get back to. Ownership. Type 13 if you agree. Ownership. Type 13. Flood it, goddammit. Type 13 if you agree.
Man, I'm so fucking tired of these other ethnicities disrespecting the gods. The original people. Like, I'm seeing so many videos of the Spanish, and I know all Spanish people do not look at us in this light, but majority does. And I'm seeing videos of this officer lady going in and calling us the N-words and talk about how fucked up we are and all this shit. Then stumbling on a whole nother video of a Spanish lady going in on the black people. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is wrong with all these ethnicities out here? Y'all identify with a fucking location. Puerto Rican, Mexican. All these are locations. Vietnamese, location. Chinese, locations. Yeah, see, at first I used to get very upset because we were the only ones that couldn't
I'm going to make a small correction. We're calling them by way of location. They're not referring to themselves as that. They're not referring to themselves by way of location. We're referring to them by way of location. To go all the way back, you heard what that guy said that's from Kenya. You heard what that guy said. I forgot that term name, the term was for his ethnicity, but he was referring to his tribe. They're going to call each other by way of their tribe, in which we should. The Chinese don't call themselves Chinese. Africans don't call themselves Africans. They start going by the tribe. Nope, they don't even. Some of them will say Asian, but most of them don't. I done ran into a bunch of them that do not call themselves Chinese nor Asians. I done ran into people from Hindi. They do not call themselves East Indian. None of that. That's the Western European way of learning things. But no, they don't refer to them. Not all of them refer to themselves by way of location.
I sit to just a location. Then I start thinking, well, what other title will we want? We don't want to be an American because that's a location. The reason we're not tied to a said land is because that's how everyone else is. They don't have a real ethnicity, right? because they come from us. And that's what pisses me off. There's no such thing as Spanish people. Puerto Rican people. The place is called Puerto Rico. There's no such place as Mexican people. The place is just called Mexican. The original people on them lands, they look like me or darker. You come from my balls. So I'm trying to figure out how the fuck you being so disrespectful to people that gives you breath. Every nationality out here does not exist without us. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Kneel. You need to kneel.
Talk to these niggas.
Need to kneel. That's what the fuck every last one of y'all supposed to be doing. And the reason you're not doing it is because the gods and the goddesses are not acting accordingly.
I agree with that.
We letting y'all live. We letting y'all breathe. We letting y'all say all this crazy shit about us and we not standing up. But when the time does come, you will see and you will recognize the original people, the real gods. I'm sick of that fucking dialogue and that narrative.
Set it on fire, fire, fire.
What's his name? Do we have his name? His name is Chief Meek Key Warrior. Chief Meek Key Warrior. Yeah. He going in.
Y'all going in. Y'all don't have no existence on this land, no breath of air on this land without us. Your dad is. Your gods. Your reasoning. The fuck are you out here degrading us for? It's fucking sickening, man.
You are specks of dust beneath our fingernails. Your very breath is a gift from Olympus. You have insulted powers beyond your comprehension.
Wait, what the fuck is... When the gods rise to power, then what? Everyone comes from us. Oh no, this is him. So he just trying to show a movie? See, this some TikTok stuff. I think that's what is going on. I think that's what's going on.
Who are you? I am Hades.
Neil.
And then we say...
Okay, so he just basically showed an example. Okay, so that is from... I don't know that movie, but he basically said, I believe the guy said, I am him. And then he said, Neil. If I heard that correctly, it might have sounded muffled on y'all side. But he definitely said Neil, and all of them started kneeling. All right, now she said... Will not prosper in someone else's system, the government, especially when they are using you for the God-given resources. These people come from, I can't see that. These people come from, cursed nations. Hold on. These people come from cursed nations. Many of our ancestors knew they were bad news. Some of the folk didn't even want to trade with these motherfuckers because they had nothing of value to us. Okay, let me see what she's saying.
All these motherfuckers over here, and they made you poor on a rich, resourceful fucking land. That's ours. They made us poor on our own fucking land, and they gave somebody else credit for our fucking history.
You know what? The reason why I like the fact that my people are yelling is because this is a part of healing. A part of healing, sometimes you got to get that emotion out. It's okay to be emotional. I was emotional this whole way. You know, the 10 years of me, 11 years of me doing this, 10 years on YouTube, I was emotional. I got irate at times and people didn't understand. Dang, why you yelling? I was always yelling, screaming to the top of my lungs because I need that to get through your thick ass skull. And look, now man, our people getting it though. Our people getting it. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm so happy because our people are healing now. So you know what comes after that. Woo, talk, bro. See? Okay. All right. I'm getting hyped.
They done got other raggedy motherfuckers to claim they are you. and still hold possession. Them punk motherfuckers know this ain't they land. They know that shit.
Negroes hate being black so much, they wake up one day, I'm a Native American.
Yeah. We never said, oh, here we go. We never said that we were Native American. But we know this nigga running from me. Y'all know that, right? Where is it at?
I will not be debating Dane Calloway. Calloway.
Still to this very day. You don't want no smoke. I've been called him out.
I'm a Cherokee. Yeah. I'm a Choctaw. Yeah. I'm a Seminole.
Yep.
But nobody told him the Cherokees own African slaves. Nobody told him the Choctaws own African slaves.
We already went through that already, and they didn't own African slaves. That's a lie. Not all their slaves were African. In fact, nobody purchased African slaves. Show me any paperwork where they purchased African slaves. Show it. In the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s. So he has an agenda. He's trying to put African in front of everything, and he's inaccurate. Already inaccurate, but he's even more inaccurate. Misleading the people. Just because you screaming and yelling and sound good don't mean that what you're saying is right and exact and accurate or correct. You know that, though. That's why you running from me, Umar. You know that. Look. Umar, I know you scared. I know you scared. You know for a fact that I did your genealogy. Now, if you would debate me and I won't use your genealogy, I will still get you. But I think you running because you know I did your genealogy. And you know I'll expose who you are. And I know this is going to get sent to him. I'll do you a favor and I won't air out your genealogy. How about that one? Watch you run from that one. Because I'm talking about the debate, first round is your genealogy. You will get killed in the first 2 minutes. Your credibility is out the window, Slim. Been out the window. You just holding on for dear life for what your cult following got right now, which is nothing. You've been promising the opening of the school since 2013. And here you are working on one classroom. And they got a curriculum to save your life. You're a grifter. That's why you don't want no smoke with me. I sent you the money. You had to agree to my terms. What you think, I'm some sucker? Oh, I'm just going to give you some free money, nigga? I ain't your fan. What you thought that was? I'm not a fan of yours. I'm just going to school you and put you in a place where you belong. Swear to God, you earned your doctrine. And if you did, it wasn't in history. And you sure ain't earned your doctrine in African American studies either. Because you still speaking English right now. Ain't show us a drop of your family out there in Africa when you go visit. But you got a school coming. And you want to help black boys, but you can't even take care of your own children. I live with my children. Slim? I'm in my children's life every day. You don't want no smoke with me. I know you don't. Too real for you, huh?
The Seminoles own African slaves. So if your mother got Cherokee in her family, how do we know your mother wasn't a slave of the Cherokee?
Damn. Yeah.
And the 5 major Native American tribes fought with the Confederacy against the freedom of black people. They fought to maintain slavery, and we run.
That's an agenda. He tried to make it seem like we was fighting to maintain slavery, but that's not what the Civil War was about. Why would they fight over? Think about it. Slavery is nothing but employment. Employment is nothing but people working, doing a job. Why would the Union or the South want to abolish slavery? How are they going to upkeep their businesses? How are they going to make? Oh, they're going to hire some foreigners to come in? They don't make sense, do it. The Civil War was never about the abolishment of slavery. They didn't fight because of that. Both sides needed slavery to happen, just like they do now. Right? They got AI out there trying to run a business by itself. AI is replacing plenty of people's jobs. Robots galore. That's coming. That's coming. That's around the corner. But we talking about back then. No robots. No AI. No computer. But they was fighting to abolish slavery. For who to work? Stop slavery. And then what? Everybody lose their businesses? They lied.
Around bragging, talking about I got Native American. So red blood is better than white blood? Slave blood is slave blood. I don't give a damn if it's a red slave master, a yellow slave master, or a brown slave master. The point that I'm making is this. If we want black people to get on board with a truly global Pan-African liberation struggle, we have to give them something to be proud of.
A liberation struggle. Get on board with a liberation struggle. So he wants you to still get on board with liberating the struggle. He just told you that. Hold on. Listen.
If we want black people to get on board with a truly global Pan-African liberation struggle.
Liberation struggle. Let that sink in. He wants you to feel liberated while struggling. Man.
We have to get
and this the clown that some of y'all holding up as y'all leader. This him? This all you got?
Something to be proud of. You know, I got to practice what I preach, but I got to let our ancestors down today.
I remember that. I saw that. That's Sora. They took Sora away.
23andMe wasn't legit, so he decided to take some of the saliva from his lizard.
Guy sends lizard DNA into 23andMe. If my stream start the shaking or something like that, just know that it's YouTube because they all in the same family. 23andMe, Google, Alphabet Inc., Ancestry DNA, they all work hand in hand. Yep. All right, so they sent in the lizard DNA. And what'd that come back and say?
In some lizard DNA, just try it out. See what 23andMe comes back with. And you would be shocked. It comes back with a makeup of 40% Iranian, Caucasian, 6% that, whatever, all the different percentages showing all the different places that you come from.
Stop. All right, y'all, that was a good stream. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Look, we might as well end it right there. We might as well end it right there. What's this, the fourth way we can end? What number we on? That's it. Where's the argument? You can't argue. You can't debate. That's non-debatable. So, I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow. Come on, y'all.
Even like what kind of food you'd like, what area you've come from. This is a lizard. It's a lizard.
It's a lizard. Like, what else could you say? It's a lizard. And they sent that in. And y'all still believe in this shit. Psst. It's something like, again, but the majority of our people are waking up now. So not everybody, but there is going to be some backlash. So if there is somebody that giving you, that's giving you gripe over this genealogy DNA test, clip this, send it to them and say, yeah, they tested a lizard too. They tested more than just that. There's another one that they tested that YouTube stopped allowing us to play. This was some years ago. It was about 3 or 4 years ago where they got it blocked in America. But I showed that video back then, and yeah, that's when I knew that they was like trying to stop people from watching that. So they started blocking it in America. It's only in certain parts of the world where they'll showcase that. I'll show it again inside of the... Are you talking to me? Hi. I'll show it again inside of the... You talking to me? All right. Now hear me out. Now hear me out, okay? Listen. I'm gonna pick this up tomorrow, okay? Now y'all gotta understand, me and Tanisha back together. When she went, I gotta. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna talk to y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna pick it up a little early. Let that sink in. Yeah, let that sink in. Let that sink in. I'm gonna pick it up right here. I promise. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. We gonna do it again. I promise. I'm not playing. We gonna pick it up. Oh no, Sunday. I'm gonna go live again on Sunday. Cause tomorrow's Saturday. I'm gonna go live again on Sunday. I promise. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got that. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies, y'all know what you know what I'm saying. When the phone call happened, you know she sound like, you know what I'm saying. So, I'll holler. I love y'all though. Now I appreciate that, y'all. We gonna have fun again tomorrow for sure. Yeah, nah, she wasn't, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, Chief gotta be Big Chief. So we could, okay, hold on, let me get off before I say something. Let me get up, but look, you guys take care. I know some great people. You guys take care. We're gonna talk on Sunday, and we're gonna talk about all the great people that we met. But we're going to let all the people know. Probably some new stuff on Sunday. And I'm going to go into the indigenous stuff as well on Sunday as well. We're going to have a longer stream. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Sunday. Let me get up out of here. Y'all take care. I love y'all. For real. No, seriously. I love y'all. Y'all take care. Wado.
OCO free thinkers.
I make you think, yeah. I make you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you think, yeah. I made you think, yeah. I made you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you
He's
think.
here to make you think.
I make you think, yeah. I make you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you think, yeah. I made you think, yeah. I made you think, I make you think,
It's Dane Calloway.